You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon.
Welcome to Bowie Baysox Baseball. It's time now for the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show.
It's the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show from Prince George's Stadium. We're getting set for the second game in this six-game series between the Hartford Yard Goats and your Bowie Baysox. Glad you're with us. Matt Sabatas with you from the ballpark in Bowie. We're right back to work this evening at Prince George's Stadium as the Baysox are sliding on one of their longest losing stretches of the season. It extended to 5 consecutive games last night. That's tied for the longest overall this year when you include the 5 consecutive losses following the tail end of their Richmond series. But it was a bit of an uncharacteristic loss for the Baysox last night, and that's what was so interesting, as Bowie only drew 1 walk. That's very unlike them. And Ryan Watson, he was battered a little bit too. That's unlike him. He still pitched valiantly, but Bowie just could not get the pieces together behind him either. They committed a season's high 4 errors. Gunnar Henderson at least brought the power back. After going nearly 3 weeks without a home run, he slugged his 5th and 6th home runs of the season, his first multi-home run game at Double-A. Fortunately, though, today the Baysox will get some reinforcement in the form of Dean Kramer in on a Major League rehab assignment. So as that Hartford lineup will come in with that good mix of power and speed, Kramer will hopefully be able to put them down. The Yard Goats coming in for game number 35 this season, a 20-14 record, a 2-game winning streak, as the Baysox come in for game number 33 this year, a 13-19 mark, a 5-game losing streak. Hartford is 7-3 over their last 10. The Baysox are only 3-7. The Yard Goats are 7-6 on the road. The Baysox are 8-7 when playing here in front of the home crowd. Hartford currently in second place, 3 games out of first, behind the first place Somerset Patriots in the Northeast Division. Bowie is currently in last, all by their lonesome, 5.5 games out of first. The closest team to them is Altoona, 4 games out of first, so Bowie is a game and a half back of the curve after Altoona came up with a win earlier today in a day game. It should be a fun one between Dean Kramer and Carl Kaufman. Kaufman has matured into a key Double-A starter after a rough 2021. He did go 2-11 with a 7.35 ERA last season, but that was his first season of pro ball, so it was a little tough for him. And since he started to rebound, 2-1 with a 3.12 ERA this year, and he's really only been hurt once, and it was on the back end of a series against Somerset. He pitched both ends of the series, so the first game he pitched well. The second game he got hit hard for 8 runs on 9 hits in 5 innings. In his 3 starts after that, though, Kaufman has pitched excellently, only allowed 3 runs in 19 total innings, striking out 23 and walking only 3. He's a sinker-slider pitcher with a low 90s fastball, and he's relied plenty on pitch location above all else, and tried to work on the edges of the zone to pick up some of those strikes looking. But of course, we know Bowie and their zone awareness. They lead the league in walks drawn, so we could see some long battles at the plate this evening. For Dean Kramer, it's the first big league rehab to come to Bowie this year. Fans remember his time with the Baysox well, of course, and across his Double-A career, which spanned parts of 2 seasons, he went 14-6 with a 2.69 ERA. It does include a very short amount of time when he was with Double-A Tulsa in the Dodgers organization before he came to Bowie as a part of the Manny Machado trade. But he's got that great fastball cutter punch to get ahead in counts quickly, and then work inside with the cutter or go down low with the curveball or changeup to get the swings and misses. Should be fun to watch how he sequences today, and hopefully kicks things off for a Bowie win. Again, it's the Baysox and the Yard Goats this evening from Prince George's Stadium. When we come back here on the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show, we're going to go back just a little bit. Had an interview with Maverick Hanley while the Baysox were in Reading last week, and a lot of great insight from the field general behind the dish. Want to get you some of his thoughts there. So Maverick Hanley, our guest next on the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
From sprains to stitches, sore throats to stomach aches, and pulled muscles to poison ivy, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox. Open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
Be sure to get to the ballpark on Friday, June 17th for a jam-packed night of promotions and fun at Prince George's Stadium. It all starts with fireworks presented by DCA Imaging Systems. It's our mother and son night out with special ticket packages available at BaysoxShop.com. And most importantly, it's the Scouts BSA Campout. When you purchase a special ticket, you and your scout can camp out in the outfield at Prince George's Stadium after the game. It all happens on Friday, June 17th, so find out more and get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
Everyone deserves a great smile, and Rad Orthodontics is here to help you, Bowie Baysox fans. Rad Orthodontics accepts most insurance, and whether it's braces or Invisalign aligners, anyone can get the smile they've always wanted with our flexible payment options. With 2 of the country's leading orthodontists right here in the DC area, we love to see Baysox fans smile with confidence. So get that amazing smile you deserve. Visit radsmile.com today and book your free consult. That's radsmile.com for Rad Orthodontics, official smile provider of the Bowie Baysox.
We're back in on the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show. As we get ready for Hartford and Bowie, let's go ahead and rewind just a little bit and get you an interview recorded with catcher Maverick Hanley just a couple of days ago ahead of Bowie's series with Reading.
First time we've really gotten the chance to sit down and talk with you, Maverick. How's the season been going for you? Obviously, platooning with Cody Roberts, and then those first couple of days in the Harrisburg series with Adley back. How's it been going overall?
I mean, it's been going solid so far. I mean, I think we're only just under 30 games in, and I think our team has yet to hit our stride yet, and we still lead the Eastern League in OPS, and yes. I think it's pretty crazy since I would say the majority of the guys don't feel like they're going great yet, so that's a good sign for us.
I definitely feel like that's a sentiment that I've agreed with a little bit on the broadcast here and there. There's so much talent that the pieces are there that you just got to put them together for the full picture and the puzzle. But the fact of the matter is that you kind of get a front row seat for both ends of it offensively, and then, of course, working behind the dish as a catcher. What's it been like working with some of these great performances for some of these key Bowie pitchers?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, big shout out to Cody Roberts and Garrett Stallings and Morgan McSweeney for the no-hitter. But I mean, it's been great. Like catching, we've got a couple guys that have been called up, getting to see some good, fresh eyes on those guys, and obviously we'll have some guys coming back from being out, so that'll be nice to have them back. But it's been great to catch all these guys. I mean, even still, I think the pitchers would even say that they're not throwing the ball as great as they can. So I think we're in a great spot right now.
I guess you could call this a bit of a two-pronged question. When you're behind the dish, is there Is there a pitcher or a specific pitch that you really look forward to working with, or maybe calling a specific pitch and a specific count? And is there a pitch, maybe say when Nolan Hoffman comes up, that you're a little worried about trying to make sure you can receive?
I mean, obviously, I would say the hardest pitch to catch is a spiked fastball. Luckily, we don't have a lot of guys that do that. But I mean, we got a bunch of unique looks. I think splitters in general are really hard to catch, and we got Ryan Conroy throwing a nasty splitter, so that's always a fun one to catch. And I mean, Nolan Hoffman, sweepy slider, sidearm 90, which is awesome. I mean, that's a hard question. I don't know if I can really point out to one specific pitch that I love catching, but I mean, nothing beats nothing feels better than blowing fastball by somebody.
At this level, or let me rephrase, at what point through your professional career, whether it be through high school into college maybe, and then into the professional levels, where do you make the transition from following a lot of the game plan of the coaching staff, especially later into the game, to where you're maybe calling a lot more of the pitches yourself? Where would you maybe pinpoint that transition?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think in high school you don't get a ton of scouting reports, and you're kind of going off the knowledge of your high school coach. So not a ton of game planning there. In college, you start getting involved in more of the scouting reports and kind of leading how you're gonna help your pitchers work. And but then again, it's still kind of in the hands of the college pitching coach for calling pitches most of the time. So I'd say in pro ball is when you get to kind of blend the whole scouting report. What are you seeing with your eyes that day? What's your pitcher doing well? What's he not doing well? What's his best pitch of the day? Like, that's when you get the full spectrum of things. So I'd say for me personally, my biggest jump was definitely between my sophomore year and junior year of college, when I got a lot more access to calling pitches and giving my input and having my college coach hear me, which is a great opportunity. And then you're fully in the water once you're in pro ball. Yeah.
You mentioned your time at Stanford. We talked about it very, very briefly the other day. You caught for an opposing starter in this series, Eric, for Reading. What does that little extra level of intrigue bring to the table? Do you maybe join in on some of the scouting report and consult with Brandon Becker about what to maybe expect?
Yeah, I mean, that's when, I think when you know a guy really well, I think that's when you get the cat and mouse game. Like, what's his best pitch? What is he going to try to get me out with? I think he ended up throwing me 2 first pitch changeups, and they were great pitches, and both were strikes and great parts of the zone. And I honestly was a little surprised, and like tip your cap a little bit. But I mean, those at bats are super, super fun. And I mean, obviously I only got to face him one time, so throughout a season, throughout a couple at-bats, you can kind of see what the game plan is against the guy. But just one at-bat against him, you're trying to get a good pitch in a good location, put your best swing on it. So.
And what was it you majored in at Stanford? Was it biomedical?
Bioengineering.
Bioengineering.
Yeah.
So what was the game plan when things could have gone in different directions? You obviously had something in the back pocket. What was the game plan there?
Sure, yeah. So I majored in bioengineering. I was pre-med as well. So my backup plan was med school, which is a pretty rare backup plan. And I worked my butt off to be able to have that backup plan, plan B. So that's something I'm really proud of. But, I think obviously huge opportunity to come to pro ball, and you only get to be so young for so long and get this opportunity only once. So running with this as long as I can. I'm not sure if med school is still in the backup plan, but that was my backup plan out of college, yeah.
Well, I bet you it does give you just a little bit better awareness and understanding of your own body when you're in the athletic training room, I bet.
No doubt. Catchers have a lot more maintenance, I think, too, just being in a pretty physical position. So obviously, I mean, I love throwing out a little lingo, a medical lingo. I think our medical staff enjoys it and enjoys being able to talk that to a player. So I mean, I try not to be in the training room too often, but yeah, I think it's something I like to incorporate, no doubt.
Well, you're not wrong, and I like to at least bring it up once a month, if not once a week. That catcher is even though people really highlight the pitcher, catcher is one of the most physically demanding positions on the baseball field. I physically could not do 100 body squats in a day, and you have to do it wearing full catcher's gear. So I really hope everyone is aware of the taxation that it might take on a body like that, and that's just a lot of credit to you there, Mav. One last question that I like to ask for everybody on the road trip, so a much more easy one, a fun one. You get back to the hotel after the ball game, you're just ready to relax for the rest of the night. You pull out your laptop or put on the streaming service on your hotel TV there. What's your go-to show to wrap up the night?
Right now, it's a Viking show on Netflix called The Last Kingdom.
Okay.
But man, usually it's, since we're on the East Coast here, we're catching some West Coast basketball game.
Oh, there you
or
go.
Catching some West Coast sporting event. So it's usually what me and my roommate are throwing on.
There you go. Yeah. Well, they got a lot of Game 7s coming up. That Bucks Celtics. Who do you got?
Bucks, Celtics. I gotta take the Celtics. Gotta take the Celtics. Yeah.
All right, fantastic. All right. Well, we'll follow up on that in a couple of days and see how the Celtics do. But for now, Maverick, thank you so much for the time. Appreciate it.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Again, our thanks to Maverick Hanley. That interview from the series with Reading just a little bit under a week ago. But we'll step aside right now as we get ready for the Baysox and the Hartford Yard Goats. All the lineups, the first pitch, and the play-by-play coming your way soon. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Are you interested in beginning or expanding on a career in the pipe fitting, pipe welding, or HVAC service industry? Are you interested in a career path that will set you up for life without experiencing any college debt? If you are interested in these things and you live in the D.C. area, the Steamfitters UA Local 602 Apprenticeship Program is the best choice for you. For more information about our apprenticeship program and how to apply, please visit steamfitters-602.org. That's steamfitters-602.org.
Hey kids, the Baysox Futures Club is the best way to be a fan of the Baysox, and it's completely free for kids ages 3 through 12. Futures Club members get access to special members-only events, discount ticket offers, and free gifts for just signing up. Parents, head over to Baysox.com to sign up your kids, so don't miss out on all the promotions and giveaways at Prince George's Stadium this season and next. The Baysox Futures Club. Sign up now at Baysox.com.
Pest Now is proud to partner with the Bowie Baysox and provide their pest control services. For all your residential and commercial pest control needs, call Pest Now. For general pest control, termite control, mosquito control, and all other pest control services, call Pest Now. You can reach us at 301-231-8300 or visit us online at www.pestnow.com.
Back in on the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show, Matt Sabatas with you from Prince George's Stadium. We're getting ready for the Baysox and the Yard Goats in just a little bit. Let's introduce you to the starting lineups while we've got the quick moment. For Hartford, you've got Jamison Hanna, Ezekiel Tovar, Michael Tolia, Brenton Doyle, Willie McIver batting fifth today. He's up in the lineup a couple of spaces. Aaron Shunk, the designated hitter, follows. Then Isaac Collins, Hunter Stovall, two batters who weren't in the lineup yesterday. And then Jack Blomgren, who came in for his Double-A debut yesterday and played well, went 2 for 3 with a walk and a run driven in. On the other end for Bowie, it'll be Shane Fontana, Gunnar Henderson, and Hudson Haskin. Really like the opportunity for Fontana to get up into the leadoff slot. He's hitting 4 for 12 this season when he's the first batter of an inning. After Haskin batting third, though, it goes to Jordan Westberg down to the 4 slot. And remember, Westberg, he got into a good rhythm when he was batting fifth the other day against Reading. Got just a little bit more time in the dugout and one more at-bat in the on-deck circle to watch the pitcher get a handle of the rhythms and what he might be able to expect, and he flourished. He's been hitting well ever since. His numbers are already up here in the month of May just because of it. Joey Ortiz is batting fifth. J.D. Mundy will be batting sixth. Andrew Dashbach is seventh. Zach Watson is eighth. And Cody Roberts will round out the lineup batting ninth. Again, your starting pitching matchup today, Dean Kramer versus Carl Kaufman, as that's the only roster move for the Baysox at the moment is the addition of Kramer. Not too many moves as of late for the Baysox, so of course our congratulations goes out, though, to former Baysox Logan Gillespie. Made his Major League debut just the other night and pitched 2 scoreless innings at Oriole Park at Camden Yards against the New York Yankees. Excellent debut for the former Indy ball hurler. Teams have taken the field now, so we're ready to step aside one final time here on the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show. When we come back, we've got first pitch and all the play-by-play. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
Fielder's Choice Flex Packs with the Bowie Baysox. The best value to see the best games at Prince George's Stadium. You could save up to 30% on your selected seat from day one and enjoy a number of exclusive member benefits, including flexible exchange options, discounts on suite rentals, special access to the Diamond View restaurant, and a free members collectible at your first home game of the year. Get your pack now by calling 301-464-4865 or heading online to baysox.com.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
It's time for Bowie Baysox Baseball. The Baysox are the AA affiliate of the Baltimore Orioles. Coverage of the 2022 Bowie Baysox season is brought to you by Chesapeake Employers Insurance, DCA Imaging Systems, On the Green, Patient First, Royal Farms, Smile Doctors, and ZY Pyrotechnics. And now, live from the ballpark, it's time for Bowie Baysox Baseball.
We're ready to go from Prince George's Stadium. It's Game 2 of this 6-game series between the Hartford Yard Goats and your Bowie Baysox. Matt Sabat is with you from the ballpark in Bowie, and as Dean Kramer warms on the mound for the Baysox, the starting lineup for the Hartford Yard Goats that he'll face looks like this. Leading off in center field, you've got Jamison Hanna, followed by Ezekiel Tovar, the shortstop, batting second. Michael Tolia at first base bats third. Brenton Doyle in right field bats fourth. Willie McIver, the catcher, bats fifth. Aaron Shunk, the designated hitter, bats sixth. Isaac Collins in left field seventh. Hunter Stovall, the third baseman, bats eighth. And Jack Blomgren is at second base, batting ninth. The Yard Goats are the AA affiliate of the Colorado Rockies, managed by Chris Denorfia, assisted by Blaine Beatty, Tom Soteris, Luis Lopez, and Mason Rook. Kelsey Brandstetter is the athletic trainer. And once more, that lineup for Hartford, you've got Hanna, Tovar, Tolia, Doyle, McIver, Shunk, Collins, Stovall, Blomgren, all to face Dean Kramer on the mound. Yard Goats are 20-14 on the season, a 2-game winning streak, and 7-3 over their last 10. Second place in the Eastern League's Northeast Division right now, 3 games out of first. They trail only first place Somerset. We're ready to go here at Prince George's Stadium. 309 down the line to both left and right field, 405 feet to straightaway center, with a little bit angle out to the left side of center field. Not too much wind to be spoken of. Bit of a cloudy day. We'll tell you more about the full weather once we get rolling. As left-hander Hanna digs in, Kramer winds and fires the first pitch. It's swung on and missed high, a fastball for strike one. 6:37, we're underway on a 71-degree overcast day here at Prince George's Stadium. Jamison Hanna didn't play yesterday, has a 280 average this season, a 749 OPS. Next pitch, fouled off back to the screen, and the count quickly 0-2 on Hanna. 5 doubles, a triple, 1 homer, 4 runs driven in this year for the leadoff man. When he's leading off and ending this season, he's only batting .222, however. They play him very softly to pull. He actually goes the opposite way more often than not. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. He got him. That changeup down from Dean Kramer, and he punches out Hanna on 3 pitches to get us started this evening. The defensive alignment for Bowie today, from left to right in the outfield, you've got Shane Fontana, Zach Watson, then Hudson Haskin. Jordan Westberg is at third, Gunnar Henderson at short, Joey Ortiz at second, Andrew Dashbach at first. Cody Roberts catches behind the plate for Dean Kramer on the mound. In steps Ezekiel Tovar, right-hander on right-hander. First pitch home is swung on and missed. Cutter down low, and the count starts out at 0-1. Kramer, a 6'2", 200-pound right-hander, 26 years of age, from Stockton, California. Pitched in parts of 2 seasons for the Baysox. Has pitched in parts of 2 seasons with Baltimore, and he's on a Major League rehab assignment at the moment, recovering from an oblique injury. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball down. That was the change. Count goes to 0-2. Kramer has 4 primary pitches, a 4-seam fastball that he uses about 55% of the time. His first secondary pitch is a cutter, followed by a curveball and a changeup. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. Went with the curveball down and away, and Kramer has back-to-back strikeouts on 6 pitches. Umpiring crew for today's game, Kelvis Velez is at third base. He's the crew chief. Sean Cassidy is at first. Jude Corey is calling the balls and strikes behind home plate. Here's Michael Tolia. Switch hitter bats lefty as they play him slightly to pull. He does so about 45% of the time. First pitch. Called a strike on the outside edge, and it's 0-1. 235 average, 768 OPS, 6 doubles, a triple, 5 homers, 20 runs driven in. He went 0 for 4 with a strikeout and a walk yesterday. Kramer dealing. Fires the 0-1. Check swing, it's called a strike high, and it's 0-2. So far, 8 pitches, 8 strikes, 2 strikeouts, and an 0-2 count here for Kramer. Can he start us off with an immaculate inning? We'll have to see. Bases empty, nobody out in the top of the first. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, he got him. Dean Kramer starts us out with an immaculate inning at Prince George's Stadium. An astonishing opening to get things rolling. We're on to the bottom of the first. As Hartford comes up empty, the Baysox are coming on up. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
When your commercial plumbing project calls for a job done safely and on time, then your job calls for the plumbers of Local 5 Washington, D.C. Local 5 will always deliver the most skilled and well-trained plumbing craftsmen in the DMV. If you're a contractor who needs safe jobs done well, you need the plumbers of Local 5 Washington, D.C. Start your partnership with them today. Visit local5plumbers.org. That's local5plumbers.org.
At Luminous Health, we want you to feel your best. This summer, take the time to catch up on your annual health screenings. Visit us at our Anne Arundel Medical Center, Doctors Community Medical Center, or one of our primary care offices in your neighborhood. At Luminous Health, you are the MVP. Learn more at luminoushealth.org.
We're back to Prince George's Stadium as we move to the bottom of the first inning. Hartford had no chance against Dean Kramer in the top half. He fired an immaculate inning. 9 pitches, 9 strikes, 3 strikeouts. As Carl Kaufman warms on the mound for Hartford, the Baysox lineup that he'll face here in the bottom of the first looks like this. Leading off in left field, you've got Shane Fontana, followed by Gunnar Henderson at shortstop, batting second. Hudson Haskin is in right field, batting third. Jordan Westberg at third base, bats fourth. Joey Ortiz, the second baseman, bats fifth. J.D. Mundy, the DH, bats sixth. Andrew Dashbach at first base, bats seventh. Zach Watson in center field, eighth. And Cody Roberts is the catcher today, batting ninth. Baysox are the AA affiliate of the Baltimore Orioles, managed by Kyle Moore, assisted by Brandon Becker, Josh Conway, Tim DeJohn, Billy Facto, and Chandler Geller, Calvin Christensen, video coordinator, Lindsey Birchfield, athletic trainer. The Baysox are 13-19 on the season, riding a seasons-long 5-game losing streak, hoping to break out. They're currently 5.5 games out of first in 6th place. First pitch home to Shane Fontana, a called strike, very wide, however. It's 0-1 to start. Once more that lineup for Bowie: Fontana, Henderson, Haskin, Westberg, Ortiz, Mundy, Dashbach, Watson, Roberts. Next pitch misses down and away. Kaufman was seeing if he could get away with another one, but that breaking ball did not break. As Fontana runs it even at a ball and a strike. He's batting .284 this season and .865 OPS. Next pitch swings through it. Breaking ball down, and the count goes to 1-2. 3 homers, 12 runs driven in for Fontana. He's had an excellent month of May. .324 average with a .938 OPS here in the 5th month of the year. The 1-2. Misses just a bit down, a little bit inside as well, and the count goes even at 2. But it is a shift in the lineup for Fontana. One of the first times he's been batting this high, the 2-2. Called strike 3 on the outside edge. He reels back from that one just a little bit, but that was closer to the zone than the very first called strike. So you've got to take it as Fontana is down looking. Defensive alignment for Hartford from left to right in the outfield. You've got Isaac Collins, Jamison Hanna, then Brenton Doyle. Hunter Stovall is at third base. Ezekiel Tovar at short. Jack Blomgren at second. Michael Tolia at first. And Willie McIver is behind the dish today for Carl Kaufman on the mound. First pitch home to Gunnar Henderson. Misses too far down, and the count starts out at 1-0. Carl Kaufman, a 6'2", 200-pound right-hander from Bloomfield Hills, Michigan, fires the next, and Henderson rolls it foul off of his foot, and it just trickles into the infield grass. The count goes even at a ball and a strike. 24 years of age, second-round draft selection in competitive balance round B back in 2019. Went to the University of Michigan. He's pitched well this year as the 1-1 comes in. Henderson checks his swing. It's called a strike anyway on the bottom edge of the zone. It's 1-2. This season, he's gone 2-1 in 6 outings, all starts. 3.12 ERA with 44 strikeouts, 10 walks, and 34 2/3 innings. The 1-2. Inside, Henderson scoots his backside out for just a brief moment, and the count goes even at 2. Kaufman's had a massive turnaround after being promoted to Double-A too early last season. The 2-2. Too far inside again, and the count runs full on Henderson. Because last season, he went 2-11 with a 7.35 ERA with the Yard Goats. It was his first professional season, and the Rockies may have jumped him up a little too quickly. 3-2. Away ball 4, and Henderson opens with a walk here in the bottom of the first. 1 away and a runner aboard as Henderson extends his league's lead now to 32 walks. He's reached safely in 32 of the Baysox 33 games this year. Now here's Hudson Haskin. Runner at first, 1 away. Right-hander on right-hander now. First pitch home. Haskin takes a bit of a half swing on a pitch down and away. They appeal, and he went. Count opens up at 0-1. 274 average for Hudson and 892 OPS. 6 doubles, no triples, 5 homers, 15 runs driven in this year. He's really been looking for a breakout game, though, since the calendar turned to May. Here's the next pitch. Another check swing. No appeal this time. They just say he went. That call on the home plate umpire, Jude Corey. So Haskin now behind 0-2. Next pitch. Inside, Haskin turned on it a little over halfway, and it hits off of his bat. So his bat really saved him there from getting hit by a pitch, but it is a foul as it goes to the right side. Count stays at 0-2. Haskin has been such a magnet for some of these baseballs this season. He leads the team already. He's been hit by 6 pitches this year after getting hit by 20 a year ago. Let's see if Henderson takes off at any point here. His lead is a little shallow. He stays put. The 0-2 is grounded slowly over to short. It's picked by Tovar, underhanded to second. The turn from Blomgren to first is in time. Tolia receives, and the 6-4-3 twin killing ends the frame. 1 out walk of no consequence, and the minimum faced by Carl Kaufman. We're on to the second inning here at Prince George's Stadium. It's Hartford nothing, Bowie nothing. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Hey, Baysox fans, if you've got a teacher or educator in your life that's meant a lot to you, or if you're one yourself, then you don't want to miss out on the Baysox Educator Appreciation Week from Tuesday, June 28th to Friday, July 1st. Teachers and educators who show a school ID at the Baysox ticket office will get 2 free tickets to a game of their choice between those days, all sponsored by Educational Systems Federal Credit Union. Again, it's Educator Appreciation Week at Prince George's Stadium, Tuesday, June 28th to Friday, July 1st.
If you own or operate a building or facility, or if you're a general contractor that is located or operates in the D.C. area, there is no doubt that it is important for you to have the best trained and most qualified people working for you. Members of Steamfitters UA Local 602 provide the highest level of HVAC, mechanical, and specialty piping services to the various customers we serve. For more information about the services we provide and for a list of companies you can hire, please visit steamfitters-602.org.
Baseball is a game of specialists, base stealers, closers, cleanup hitters. Together, they help their team stand out from the rest. Specialists also help set Chesapeake Employers Insurance apart from other workers' compensation insurance companies. Our health services team includes orthopedic surgeons, nurse case managers, a physical therapist, and more, all to get your employee back to work, contain costs, and keep premiums down. That's teamwork. To learn more, connect with your agent or visit Chesapeake Employers at CEIWC.com.
Second inning here in Bowie, a scoreless game as Dean Kramer will get back to work for the Baysox. Really not much better could he do this inning than he did in the first. 9 pitches, 9 strikes, 3 strikeouts. An immaculate inning for his first taste of live action here in 2022. Here's Brenton Doyle. First pitch to the right fielder is called a strike top half. It's 0-1, so 10 straight strikes to start out the day for Dean Kramer. Remember, he had an oblique injury that sidelined him before opening day. He did make a couple of appearances in spring training, but this is his first regular season action. 0-1. Fouled off right side, and the count quickly to 0-2 on Brenton Doyle. 241 average for Doyle this year, a 709 OPS, 5 doubles, a triple, 4 homers. He went 2 for 5 yesterday with a strikeout. He's driven in 17 runs this year. They play him up the middle straight away on the infield. Here's the 0-2. Misses down and away, and that's the first pitch out of the zone for Dean Kramer after 11 consecutive strikes and 3 strikeouts to get things started. Bases empty, nobody out here in the top of the second inning as Bowie is trying to break out of a 5-game losing skid, the 1-2. Swing and a miss, he got him that time. Went with the cutter again, and it's 4 consecutive strikeouts to open the day for Dean Kramer. You look at some of his numbers during his time with Baltimore, especially in 2021, you could tell that he's got some of the best spin on a lot of his pitches. His fastball spin rate was one of the highest in all of Major League Baseball. And he relies on that fastball about 55% of the time and then goes with the cutter about 21% of the time to follow. Here's Willie McIver. First pitch, the catcher watches pitch wide. Count starts out at 1-0. For Kramer, the fastball sits around 93 miles an hour, just about 2 ticks lower than the Major League average. Next pitch fouled off right side, and the count goes even at 1. McIver, a 212 average this year, an 803 OPS, 7 doubles, 8 homers, 21 runs driven in. He went 2 for 5 yesterday as well. A handful of multi-hit performances in yesterday's game for Hartford as they took down Bowie 7-3, had 12 hits total. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Got him to chase on the curveball down that time, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2. Misses down and away. Went with the cutter again, and the count goes even at 2 on McIver. Here's the next from Kramer. Swing and a miss, he got him. Went with the changeup down and in. 5 consecutive strikeouts from Dean Kramer to start out the evening. And I said it back in pregame. Go early on with those fastballs and those cutters to get ahead in the count. And then if you go with the changeup or the curveball, he's actually not used the curveball too much today to start. But if you go with that changeup and at least that curveball down to polish it off, that'll get you the swings and misses that you want. And that's what he's been doing. 5 straight strikeouts, all swinging. Here's Aaron Schunk, first pitch. Went with the curveball that time. That's the first time we've seen a first pitch curveball today, and it's too far high. It starts this count out at 1-0. Schunk, a 186 average, 623 OPS, but he did go 2 for 3 yesterday. Here's the 1-0. That curveball is ripped over to short, picked on a high bounce by Henderson. He falls to a knee, uprights, and throws it away. That gets into the Baysox dugout as Henderson got eaten up by the ball off of a weird bounce in front of the infield dirt. He was expecting it to come around his chest, but it bounced up toward his chin, a little bit toward his nose, and that allows Schunk to reach on the E6. They will give him the single as well, so it'll be a single with an E6 to allow the runner to advance. Well-struck ball at 101 miles an hour off the bat. Kramer stuck with the curveball after initially missing previously, and Schunk just made him pay for it. So now here's Isaac Collins. First pitch home to the switch hitter batting lefty is swung on and missed. High fastball away, and the count starts out at 0-1. So an anticipated tandem for this rehab appearance. Antonio Velez is warming in the bullpen for Bowie. Looks like it might not be anything more than maybe 30 pitches or 2 innings for Dean Kramer. We'll see. Here's the 0-1. Called a strike, upper outside corner, and the count quickly to 0-2. So Kramer can finish out this inning strong and strike out all 6 that he needs to get through the 2 frames and see if he can strain a runner at second in the mix of it all. They play Collins to pull. He only does so about 32% of the time. He's only hitting 190 against right-handers as well. 0-2 pitch from Kramer. Bounces in. That was the changeup. And the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Yeah, haven't seen the changeup come that far low yet in this outing. Kramer definitely did have his issues in 2021 when it came to those home runs. He allowed, if I'm not mistaken, 17 of them. Gave up a lot of hard-hit balls, too. You look at his placement in Major League Baseball, he was only in the 1 percentile for average exit velocity. That means he was giving up a ton of hard-hit balls. So he's dancing around the zone and is playing well for now. The 1-2 misses up and away, I suppose. 96-mile-an-hour fastball. Looks like it tattooed the corner, according to the readout. But it didn't come through. Count goes even. Runner at second, 2 away here in a scoreless top of the second. Velez still warming the left-hander in the Baysox bullpen to take the second half. 2-2. Swinging a broken bat bouncer over towards second. Pulled in by Joey Ortiz at the ankles, and he sidearms it to first in time. Easy play to end the frame. The first non-strikeout out by Dean Kramer. A single and an error leads to 1 man left on base, and as we go to the bottom of the second here at Prince George's Stadium, we're still scoreless, Hartford and Bowie. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Baysox Youth Baseball camps are back in 2022, and registration is open now. 3 sessions this summer led by Orioles Hall of Famer and former Rookie of the Year Al Bumbry, along with former Baysox outfielder Stephen Bumbry. Kids will take part in in-depth on-field instruction and go head-to-head in camp-wide games at Prince George's Stadium. All campers get a free Baysox hat and a ticket to a Baysox game of their choice. Space is limited, so head to BaysoxShop.com and reserve your spot at a Baysox Youth Baseball camp today.
On the Green Incorporated is your lawn care team, providing professional, organic-based lawn care programs for residential and commercial lawns. Our lawn care programs provide ballpark quality results. Each service is custom-tailored with guaranteed results for even the toughest lawns. On the Green also offers outdoor pest control services. Mosquitoes, ants, ticks, and more. Safely and effectively control insects and enjoy the outdoors this summer with On the Green Incorporated. Go to onthegreeninc.com.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed lays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
Bottom of the second inning here at Prince George's Stadium as the Baysox will still try to strike first. It's Jordan Westberg to lead it off against Carl Kaufman, in the first pitch is a slider that misses too far away. Count starts out at 1-0. Kaufman, he's been very strong since getting roughed up by Somerset about 2 weeks ago. He fires the next to Westberg, and it's swung on and missed down low. Count goes even at a ball and a strike. Kaufman, in his 3 starts since he was smacked for a season's high 8 runs on 9 hits, he's only allowed 3 runs in 19 total innings, the 1-1. Called a strike, slider hits the bottom edge of the zone, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes now. He's only walked 3 in that same span. That great sinker-slider combo. He's just a pinpoint pitcher. That's what he relies on. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Up the middle, off the mound, backhanded by the second baseman Blomgren on a well-struck ball, and he just gets it to first in time. 95 miles an hour off the bat there for Jordan Westberg, and he's retired at 6-3. That one was pretty much dead set up the middle when it ricocheted off of the mound just in front of the rubber. Here's Joey Ortiz. Ortiz steps out, gets a little bit of dirt onto his bat. And it looks like Antonio Velez is back to warming up at the bullpen for Bowie, so Dean Kramer might have his rehab appearance already done. First pitch home, Ortiz watches slider miss away, and the count starts out at 1-0. Ortiz on the season at .224 average, .675 OPS, 7 doubles, a triple, 2 homers. Next pitch misses down, a fastball that time, and the count to 2-0. He went 1 for 3 yesterday. Bases empty, 1 away here in the bottom of the second inning, a scoreless game. 2-0 pitch misses down, and it goes to 3-0. Kaufman not a big walk guy. Only walked 10 batters total in 34 2/3 innings this season. 3-0 pitch. Swing and a piece. Rolls off the catcher and just slowly makes its way up the third base line. It's going to be the third baseman Stovall who goes to retrieve it. So we'll wait on the 3-1 offering. Pitch home. Ortiz watches slider miss down and away for ball 4. So Kaufman came into today with 10 walks total. He's now walked 2 batters through just an inning and a third of ball. And that's what Bowie is so good at this year, is reading the umpire, reading the pitcher, and putting those two things in comparison to take the best borderline pitches and draw the walks from it. That's why they lead the league in walks. First pitch to J.D. Mundy. Left-hander watches a called strike on a fastball. Lower inside corner. It's 0-1. Mundy a .247 average, a .704 OPS, 5 doubles, no triples, 2 homers, 10 runs driven in this year. Here's the next pitch. Mundy watches away, and the count goes even in a ball and a strike. He went 0 for 4 yesterday with a pair of strikeouts. As Kaufman will come set again. So it looks like if Velez will take over, Kramer will be done after 2 innings. The 1-1 comes in. Half swing, called a strike anyway on the bottom half of the zone, a changeup. Count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. And this is where the battle is. Those little borderline pitches. That one looked like it just nicked the zone, if anything. Could have caught more of it as it was getting through the plane. But it runs the count to 1-2 because of the accuracy from Carl Kaufman. 1-2. Called strike 3 on a pitch wide. That's a toughie. Did not hit any part of the zone on the readout, but we have seen a couple of wide strike calls against the left-handers. Shane Fontana was rung up on a similar pitch to open up the first inning, and Mundy is sent down looking for the second strikeout for Kaufman today. Here's Andrew Dashbach, first pitch, a swing and a miss. Chases on a breaking ball down, and the count opens up at 0-1. Yard Goats in their regular road gray uniforms. Hartford on the front side, a blue cap. Baysox in their all-white home uniforms. The script Baysox on the front, black cap. Here's the 0-1. Dashbach watches a called strike. A slider hits the lower outside corner. Count goes to 0-2. Zone definitely wide today. The Baysox are going to need to pick up on that sooner rather than later. 188 average this season for Dashbach, a 753 OPS with a double, 5 homers, 11 driven in. The next pitch misses down the changeup, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. That's the biggest problem when you've got a wide zone like this. The best thing that you can reasonably do as a batter is just protect the zone. It's hard to make reasonable contact when the zone is going to be that wide. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss on a pitch inside. Dashbach is down on strikes. 2 strikeouts in the frame and a 1-out walk stranded at first. Kaufman has 3 punch-outs through 2 scoreless innings. We're on to the third here at Prince George's Stadium. We're scoreless, Bowie and Hartford. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Get your gear and memorabilia from your favorite Baysox players and future stars of the Baltimore Orioles at the Tackle Box Team Store. Jerseys, hats, autographed bats and balls, all at great prices. Located right at the main gate at Prince George's Stadium and online at BaysoxShop.com, the Tackle Box is the only place to get the best Baysox gear for you and your favorite fan. It's the Tackle Box at Prince George's Stadium and at BaysoxShop.com.
It takes time to get rich, flavorful coffee beans from the lush mountain regions of Colombia and Brazil to Royal Farms. But less than a minute to get yourself a delicious hot cup of the finest and freshest coffee in the world. Because Royal Farms' new Swiss-made coffee machines grind those rich, flavorful coffee beans and brew them one magnificent cup at a time. It's why Royal Farms makes the freshest and best coffee in the world. Real fresh, real fast. Royal Farms.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
We're on to the third inning here at Prince George's Stadium. Still a scoreless game as the Baysox will make a pitching change. Dean Kramer tossing a short 2-inning rehab outing, but it was a very strong one. On his return from an oblique injury, Kramer tossed 2 scoreless innings, gave up only 1 hit, struck out 5, did not walk any. Through 25 pitches, 19 of them were for strikes. Turns over to Antonio Velez now. First pitch home is a swing and a piece into the middle of the catcher by Hunter Stovall. Right-handed third baseman makes his first appearance of the series, batting .222 this season, a .613 OPS, 1 homer, 11 driven in. Next pitch misses down for a ball. It's 1-1. So Velez takes over his first appearance in relief this season. This was going to be his normal turn in the rotation, but he backs up Kramer here as that pitch is fouled off right side. A half swing by Stovall. Incidental contact on a pitch up, and the count to 1-2. But now the Baysox can hopefully rely on Velez for quite some time. The 1-2. Swinging a bouncing ball left side of the mound, running on it Henderson. He picks at the dirt and gets it to first in time. And it looks like Kramer is going to take some extra tosses in the bullpen to finish up before he'll head back to the clubhouse. But a 6-3 putout gets us started here in the top of the third inning, and now it goes to Jack Blomgren. Let's tell you a little bit about Velez, though. A 6'1", 195-pound, 25-year-old lefty from Miami, traded by the Marlins earlier this year, just a little bit over a month and a half ago. First pitch to Blomgren, driven high and deep out to left. This one's probably gone. Fontana running back. He leaps, and he can't come down with it. It's a solo home run. Blomgren's first of his Double-A career after making his debut just yesterday. Only 93 miles an hour off the bat, but 358 feet away from home plate, and that'll get you plenty as Hartford opens up a 1-0 lead. So now back to the top of the lineup in Jamison Hanna. For Velez, that's the 5th home run he's allowed this season. He comes into today with an 0-3 mark and a 6.85 ERA. First pitch to the leadoff man, Hanna. Left-hander watches down and away for a ball. It's 1-0. Hanna struck out swinging in the first inning. Next pitch, called a strike. Fastball hits the upper outside corner, and the count evens at 1. All of Hartford struck out swinging in the first inning. The first 5 batters all struck out swinging. Here's the 1-1. This one slapped up the third base line, but foul, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes now. It was a very promising opening for Dean Kramer. Struck out the side on 9 pitches, an immaculate inning. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss, he got him. Breaking ball, saved from the dirt by Cody Roberts. Just held on to it as Hanna went chasing. That's the first strikeout for Antonio Velez today. 6th overall for Baysox pitching. And now here's Ezekiel Tovar. Tovar 0 for 1 on the day. The heavy-hitting right-hander, one of the top prospects in the Rockies organization. Stands in, and the first pitch home is swung on and missed. Change-up down by Velez. Count opens up at 0-1. Velez is coming off of his shortest start of the year for Bowie. Came in the Reading series. He faced only 1 over the minimum in the first 2 innings, so 7 total batters. He fires the next pitch in, and it misses down and in for a ball, 1-1. But then he labored through a 28-pitch third inning, allowed a string of 5 consecutive batters to reach safely, and 5 total runs in the frame to score. Here's a pitch grounded foul, third base side, and the count goes to 1-2. Bases empty, 2 away here in the top of the third inning. Hartford has taken a 1-0 lead on Jack Blomgren's solo home run. But Velez trying to get out of it quickly. And it looks like Dean Kramer might be done with his tosses in the bullpen now as he goes and daps up the bullpen catcher. And Velez is back to work. The 1-2 is swung on and missed for strike 3. Got him with a high fastball. Back-to-back punch-outs to end the frame for Velez. But he does allow Hartford to take the lead. A 1-out solo home run for Jack Blomgren, his first at the Double-A level. And as we go to the bottom of the third here at Prince George's Stadium, Bowie trails 1-0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Nitro Circus is back with an all-new tour coming to Prince George's Stadium on Sunday, June 5th. Fueled by new athletes, new tricks, and the craziest contraptions, the Good, Bad, and Rad Tour presented by A-Shop marries the sketchy, scary, and cringe-worthy dangers of big air action sports to the hilarious comedy of Nitro's lunatic daredevils who risk their lives to send it. Bowie, it's going down at Prince George's Stadium on Sunday, June 5th. Tickets as low as $35 are on sale now at Baysox.com.
Most people don't know what a steam fitter is. More importantly, what we do and how much it impacts you. Just take a moment to think about what your world would look like if you didn't have the ability to generate electricity, to have heating or air conditioning, microchip production, internet service, web-based storage, cellular service, and frozen or refrigerated produce. Could you imagine? And these are just some of the things that we impact. Please visit steamfitters-602.org and let's talk about how we can bring value to you.
Well, it may be on Sunday, May 29th, but get ready for the Baysox first Catter Day at Prince George's Stadium. Everyone's heard of Bark in the Park, but now you can bring your kitty out for a relaxing afternoon of ball. And if you get here early enough, you can pick up a free Baysox Catter Day t-shirt, courtesy of the City of Bowie. You can get your tickets now for the first ever Catter Day at 301-464-4865 or at Baysox.com.
Bottom of the third inning here at Prince George's Stadium as Bowie trails 1-0. Matt Sabates with you. As the Baysox send 8, 9, and 1 to the plate to try and get back into the swing of things. The first pitch to Zach Watson misses down and away for a ball. Slider opens us up at 1-0. Watson on the season, a 180 average, 525 OPS, 3 doubles, 2 triples. Here's the next from Kaufman. Swinging a line drive shot out toward left, but on the nose to Isaac Collins. He only stepped to his left about 2-3 feet and pulls it down for the quick out, 1 away. Now here's Cody Roberts. Right-hander on right-hander. They play him slightly to pull, 28% of the time, though. He mostly shoots it up the middle. First pitch misses down. Count starts out at 1-0. Roberts a 40% center this season when he's putting the ball in play. 231 average, 671 OPS, 4 doubles, 2 homers, 13 runs driven in. Next pitch, Kaufman hits the top half of the zone with a change. Count goes even at a ball and a strike. Baysox trail 1-0. Bowie still without a hit. They've drawn 2 walks, have not gotten anyone past first base, however. Here's the next from Kaufman. Swing and a miss, breaking ball down and inside, and the count goes to 1-2. Well, the rehab outing 14 Kramer was so short, we really didn't even notice too much that it was absent the pitch clock. Here's the 1-2 to Roberts. Swinging a bouncing ball foul, third base side, count holds. Major league rehabs are not holden to the pitch clock because there's no pitch clock in the majors, so it would be unfair to subject them to it. Here's the 1-2. A flinch on a breaking ball inside, and the count goes even at 2. Doesn't matter if it's a pitcher or a hitter, there's no pitch clock if one of the two is on a major league rehab assignment. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swing and just a piece. Hits the dirt, and the count holds. But to be fair, Kramer didn't really seem to take his time between any of the pitches. He just got up there and threw with some pretty excellent vigor. Struck out 5 batters in 2 scoreless innings with just 1 hit. Bases empty, 1 away here in the bottom of the third as the Baysox trail 1-0. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball misses down and away, and the count runs full on Cody Roberts. I've said it, he actually doesn't get here too often. This is only the 6th full count he's drawn this year. But 2 for 5 with a home run, 2 strikeouts, and 1 walk on full counts. Payoff pitch, bounced over to third, past the diving glove of the third baseman, picked by the shortstop Tovar, turning leap throw, and he gets it to first in time. From the edge of the outfield grass, Tovar really put some power into that arm and throws out Cody Roberts on an excellent play, 6-3. Back to the top of the lineup now in Shane Fontana. First pitch misses wide. Count starts out at 1-0. Again, Fontana struck out looking with 2 pitches in the plate appearance, seemingly a little bit too far outside than you'd normally see. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Fontana flinches on it as it comes in high. Count goes to 2-0. Next pitch, fouled off left side. Fontana still ahead, 2 balls and a strike now. Bases empty, 2 away. Pitch, called a strike. Fastball hits the bottom edge of the zone. That one split the plate more, so it was reasonable. Next offering misses down a changeup, and the count goes to 3-2. Very quiet day here at Prince George's Stadium. A little cloudy, but a nice Temperate Wednesday, the payoff. Inside, nearly hit Fontana, but it's for ball 4, so it does not matter. That's the third walk given up by Carl Kaufman today, 1 in each inning pitched. Here's Gunnar Henderson. He drew a walk himself back in the first inning. First pitch, left-hander watches down. Count starts out at 1-0. Here's the 1-0. Henderson bounces it to first, but it just pulls foul. Count goes even at a ball and a strike. You know, there have been a lot of great performances here in the Eastern League so far this month. Henderson is up there with a .372 average and 1165 OPS. He's walked more than he's struck out. He's driven in 10 runs and had the multi-home run game yesterday. Here's the 1-1. Lifted, foul, third base side. A little shallow as Isaac Collins runs in a long way to the bullpen, but it touches down on the berm just above the bullpen left side. So the count goes to 1-2. Here's the next pitch. Henderson watches down low for a ball. Count evens at 2. Runner at first, 2 away here in the bottom of the third inning. And Henderson calls for time briefly, stepping out of the box ahead of the 2-2 pitch. Two-two. Henderson watches away, ball 3, so Shane Fontana at first base will get a head start. There goes Fontana. Pitch called strike 3 on the bottom edge. Henderson knew it as soon as it got in. It was that slider from Carl Kaufman, and it's his 4th strikeout, stranding another runner aboard. Baysox still without a hit through 3. As we move to the 4th, Hartford leads 1-0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
The best way to take in a Baysox game is with a group outing at Prince George's Stadium. Everything from entertaining clients to birthday parties and even fundraising opportunities for your team, the Baysox offer plenty of options for your group at unbeatable rates with plenty of options on suites, seats, and decks around the ballpark. Your group can eat their fill and have an unforgettable time. Find out more and schedule your group outing by calling 301-464-4880 or going to Baysox.com.
Baseball is a game of specialists. Base stealers, closers, cleanup hitters. Together, they help their team stand out from the rest. Specialists also help set Chesapeake Employers Insurance apart from other workers' compensation insurance companies. Our health services team includes orthopedic surgeons, nurse case managers, a physical therapist, and more, all to get your employee back to work, contain costs, and keep premiums down. That's teamwork. To learn more, connect with your agent or visit Chesapeake Employers at CEIWC.com.
On the Green Incorporated is your lawn care team, providing professional organic-based lawn care programs for residential and commercial lawns. Our lawn care programs provide ballpark quality results. Each service is custom tailored with guaranteed results for even the toughest lawns. On the Green also offers outdoor pest control services. Mosquitoes, ants, ticks, and more. Safely and effectively control insects and enjoy the outdoors this summer with On the Green Incorporated. Go to onthegreeninc.com.
fourth inning here in Bowie as the Baysox trail 1-0. Matt Sabatis with you, with Antonio Velez getting back to work on the mound for Bowie. He'll face the middle of the lineup for Hartford. Switch hitter Michael Tolia will bat as a right-hander now after striking out as a left-hander back in the first. He swings through the first offering. It's a curveball. Count starts out at 0-1. Yeah, Tolia faced off against Dean Kramer, who pitched righty to open the game. Kramer went 2 innings in a very strong rehab outing. Next offering, swinging strike on a high fastball, and suddenly it's 0-2. Antonio Velez in his second inning of relief, but more of a piggyback outing. Expect to see at least 4 innings out of him. The 0-2 misses down and in. Count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Next pitch. Broken bat foul. 2 different splinters on it. Just floated in the air to the left side of the batting circle. Someone's going to have to go pick those up. And one of the bat boys does, but they didn't get all of it. There's still one more splinter as the count stays at a ball and 2 strikes on Tolia, who went 0 for 4 yesterday, struck out once, walked once. One, 2. Misses down a fastball, and the count goes even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. This one driven foul, third base side, and the count stays. Here's the next pitch from Velez. Misses down and the count fills. Got a very quiet day here in Bowie. They do have Bark in the Park night, or Wolf Wednesday, I believe the official name is. So, handful of dogs roaming the concourse. Couple of water bowls set up on the upper level for the pups. Here's the payoff. Swing and a miss. He got him. 3 strikeouts for Antonio Velez so far today. 8 overall for Baysox pitching. Velez went down and in with the changeup there to pick up the K. He's struck out all 3 in tandem here, as now Brenton Doyle will roll in. Here's the first pitch. Right-hander takes a half swing, more of a flinch when he realized the pitch was coming inside the curveball, but he couldn't pull it back in time, and he's called for a swing, strike 1. Doyle struck out swinging back in the second inning. Next, swing and a miss, goes chasing on a more conventional changeup down, and the count goes quickly to 0-2. Velez at this point, he's really working ahead of these batters quickly. 3 consecutive first pitch strikes, and he fires a called strike 3 there. Fastball on the bottom edge of the zone. He's got 4 consecutive strikeouts here, this being his first backwards K. He came into today with 23 strikeouts and only 7 walks in 22 1/3 innings. And he talks himself more as a ground ball pitcher. So Willie McIver digs in. First pitch called a strike, wide on the outside edge. Again, maybe not on the zone, but we've seen pitches in that vicinity called for strike already a handful of times today. Here's the 0-1. This one lifted high right side toward foul ground. Dashbach moves on it, but it will get out. So the count quickly to 0-2 as Velez is trying to end the frame quickly. Here's the pitch. He got him. High fastball for a swinging strike 3, and Antonio Velez strikes out the side here in the 4th. We're on to the bottom of the frame here at Prince George's Stadium. Bowie still trails 1-0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print. not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
It's a very special day at Prince George's Stadium on Saturday, June 18th that you don't want to miss. The Roberto Clemente and Latin Baseball Celebration sponsored by Chesapeake Employers Insurance. Fans that get to the game will have a chance to bid on game-worn Baysox jerseys, with all proceeds going to benefit the Clemente Foundation. Again, don't miss out on your chance to own a piece of Baysox history on Saturday, June 18th with the Roberto Clemente and Latin Baseball Celebration, and you can get your tickets now at baysox.com.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
Bottom of the fourth inning here at Prince George's Stadium as Bowie still trails 1-0. 3, 4, and 5 due up in the Baysox lineup. Hudson Haskin will be the first batter. Then Jordan Westberg, Joey Ortiz to follow. If any can reach, J.D. Mundy. Bowie still without a hit. They've drawn exactly one walk in every inning of work today. Carl Kaufman is trying to continue what's been a good start so far. First pitch, Haskin swings through it. Change up inside. He was anticipating the fastball, and the count starts out at 0-1. Haskin hit into a double play. Second one he's hit into this season. That came in the first inning. Here's the next. Little poke. This one popped towards shallow right field. Now foul ground. The first baseman, Tolia, will make the catch in foul territory. A little bit over the shoulder. Yeah, that was another little half swing by Haskin. And the inning starts with an out. All 4 innings so far. Carl Kaufman has retired the first batter. But we got plenty of leadoff runners aboard yesterday. They did it a handful of times in the doubleheader with Reading on Sunday as well. First pitch to Jordan Westberg, swing and a miss on a breaking ball down. Count opens up at 0-1. So here, second trip through the order. Kaufman is sticking with the breaking stuff early. Westberg grounded out to short his first time up. Here's the 0-1. Fastball misses low, and the count goes even at a ball and a strike. Here's the 1-1. Lifted in the air on the infield. Who's going to get it? The catcher sheds the mask. McIver called off by the third baseman, Stovall. Both Tolia at first and Stovall at third made vies for it, but Stovall was the loudest and pulls it up shoulder high. So Bowie has popped out twice. Nothing really past the infield to start it out here in the bottom of the fourth inning. As they trail 1-0, Joey Ortiz will step in. He drew a walk back in the second inning. Bases empty now, 2 away. First pitch home. Ortiz watches the breaking ball, doesn't go on it as it's a called strike inside edge. But again, first pitch breaking ball from Carl Kaufman. He's worked them for strikes on all 3 batters this inning. Here's the 0-1. Ortiz checks on it, pulls back on the flinch, down and in. He didn't go. Count goes even at a ball and a strike. Ortiz has had a strong month of May as well. Both of his home runs here in this month. He's driven in 7. As he fouls this next pitch off, back to the screen left side, count goes to 1-2. He's got an OPS of .926. There are a handful of Bowie batters that are really making big improvements, especially when you look at that OPS number here in the month of May. Zach Watson, Andrew Dashbach, Joey Ortiz, Jordan Westberg, Gunnar Henderson, Shane Fontana. There's the 1-2. Misses down and away. Count goes even at 2-2. There's only 3 batters in the lineup at the moment who are under their season average in the month of May. 2-2. Called strike 3, top half. Ortiz not frustrated by it, more frustrated by himself. The inning is over, 3 up, 3 down on a pair of pop-outs, and the 5th strikeout of the day for Carl Kaufman. Baysox without a hit through 4 innings. We're on to the 5th here at Prince George's Stadium as Bowie trails 1-0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Hey, coffee lovers. Know where you'll find the world's freshest cup of coffee? Right here at Royal Farms. Because with our new brewing system, it takes less than a minute to go from selecting the kind of coffee you want to this. The freshest, most flavorful cup of coffee you can buy is at Royal Farms. So try one. It'll be love at first sip because it's the freshest coffee in the world. Real fresh, real fast, Royal Farms.
Hey kids, the Baysox Futures Club is the best way to be a fan of the Baysox, and it's completely free for kids ages 3 through 12. Futures Club members get access to special members-only events, discount ticket offers, and free gifts for just signing up. Parents, head over to Baysox.com to sign up your kids, so don't miss out on all the promotions and giveaways at Prince George's Stadium this season and next. The Baysox Futures Club. Sign up now at Baysox.com.
If you're working in the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area as a pipe fitter, pipe welder, or HVAC service technician, and you're interested in a better life, a better means to provide for yourself and your family, a way to make sure that you're earning the highest wages and the best benefits in our industry. Visit our website at steamfitters-602.org. That's steamfitters-602.org. And let's talk about what we can do to help change your life.
We're already on to the 5th inning here in Bowie as Antonio Velez continues to deal. First pitch home to Aaron Shunk misses down, and we open up with a 1-0 count. Shunk had a single in the 2nd inning. It was the only base hit and the only base runner against Dean Kramer in his rehab outing. Kramer tossed 2 scoreless innings, 5 strikeouts. This next one lifted high and deep out toward right center field. Long run for Watson. He's not going to get there as it exits. Solo home run for Aaron Shunk, his 5th of the season. It doubles up the Hartford lead. It's 2-0. Second home run allowed today by Antonio Velez. Second time this season he's allowed 2 home runs in an outing. First time was April 17th against Binghamton.
Left fielder, Isaac Collins.
98 miles an hour off the bat, 392 feet away from home plate. 20th RBI this season for Shunk. First pitch to Isaac Collins, switch hitter batting right-hander. Watches a called strike lower outside corner. It's 0-1. Here's the next pitch. Misses down and inside, and the count goes even at a ball and a strike. Not too much wind to be spoken of here at Prince George's Stadium. Some decent cloud coverage, but you can see some peaks of blue throughout. The 1-1 popped up right side toward foul ground. Long run for Haskin this time. Who's going to get there? It's Joey Ortiz. And he makes the catch with 1.5 feet to go before the foul line. Pop out to second is the first out of the frame. We talked about those kind of plays a little bit yesterday. The second baseman may have one of the longer lines to it. The right fielder definitely has the longest line to a pop-up like that. But they do have one of the best angles to make that catch. And while the first baseman has to go a shorter distance, he has his back turned the entire time, while the second baseman can go at a bit of an angle, and that's what makes it easier for them to make the catch. First pitch to Hunter Stovall is called a strike. It's 0-1 on a fastball down and in. Next offering from Velez. Curveball lifted out toward right field. Haskin reads it, ranges to his right about 10-20 feet, and pulls it down. Middle changeup there from Antonio Velez leads to a quick fly out, and there's quickly 2 away. Baysox down 2-0 here in the top of the 5th inning as Bowie is having a tough time breaking out of their current 5-game losing streak. It's tied for the season's long. First pitch to Blomgren, lifted foul right side, and that's how things get started here. Blomgren homered off of Les, got it to left field. It was a slow one, only 93 miles an hour exit velocity. I had someone reach out on Twitter a little earlier today, the 0-1, misses high. The count goes even and a ball and a strike. I was making mention of Gunnar Henderson's home runs and how I think all but one of them have been over 100 miles an hour off of the bat, and someone brought up, well, aren't most home runs 100 miles an hour off the bat? Wouldn't that just make sense? Next pitch to Blomgren fouled off right side, so I did a quick dive and looked at Major League Baseball league-wide. About 13% of home runs in the majors are under 100 miles an hour. So it doesn't happen too often, but it can happen. 93 just seemed like a serious outlier. Here's the next pitch, misses high, and the count goes even at 2. Pitch home. Swinging a screecher out toward left center field, down for a base hit toward the gap. It's cut off by Zach Watson and ripped back to the infield. Could be close at second, but the throw is not received. Joey Ortiz could not corral it. The timing looked like it could have beaten Blomgren, but Ortiz just didn't get it in off of the bounce. So Blomgren is in. Runner in scoring position. First time that's actually happened with a batter at the plate since Aaron Schunk singled and made it to second on an error. So a straight double for Blomgren, his first. He's been really seeing the ball well since being brought up to, I think, his Double-A debut yesterday. Here's leadoff man Jamison Hanna, first pitch. Lefty swings through a high fastball. Count opens at 0-1. Been an interesting day for the top 5 in the Hartford lineup. They have all struck out twice. That's 10 total strikeouts, and all 5 are 0 for 2. All the production for Hartford today has come from the bottom 4. Next pitch. Curveball misses away, and the count goes even at a ball and a strike. Baysox trail 2-0 here in the top of the 5th inning. Bowie still without a hit so far. They've drawn 3 walks, 1 in each of the first 3 innings. They went down in order in the 4th. And so far, Carl Kaufman has been playing excellent. Here's the 1-1, swing and a miss. Change up middle, and Velez got handed a chase. Runs the count to a ball and 2 strikes now. Velez already at 5 strikeouts himself. And again, this being a piggyback scenario, while he has only given up 2 solo home runs, he's liable to finish out maybe 5 more, or 5 innings total. Shouldn't say 5 more. The 1-2 pitch misses down and away. Count goes even at 2. If not 5, who knows, maybe 6. That'd be really helpful for Bowie, as their bullpen has been very, very taxed lately. Baysox have been pitching and just playing in general with a couple of players under the maximum allowed roster. 2-2. This one smoked up the third base line toward the corner and down foul in the bullpen. Count stays even on Jamison Hanna. Yeah, here at this level, you're allowed 28 players in the active roster. For a decent amount of time, Bowie was running with just 25. They had 27 for a few days, and right now they've been at 26 since the addition of A.J. Graffinino back on Friday. Here's another 2-2. Swinging a bouncer over toward third. Fair and bobbled by Jordan Westberg as he tried to backhand. Everyone is safe. Give it a hit for Jamison Hanna. His first of the day and series. As Ezekiel Tovar will step in. Again, a very quiet day here at Prince George's Stadium. The carousel is going in full force over in the Kids Park, but with runners at first and third and only, well, now 2 outs, still will be a quick time for a mound visit from pitching coach Josh Conway. Fans Patient First is a proud sponsor of the Baysox and care is around the corner there. Urgent care that's open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. Every Patient First has on-site labs. They have x-rays and prescription drugs. Patient First. Think about that. The name fits. Quick meeting over. And now Velez will reset to face off against Ezekiel Tovar. Again, you don't want to dance with Tovar, one of the hottest Rockies prospects. 6 homers this season, 22 runs driven in. Jamison Hanna, you got to be careful with him, too. He's got 7 steals, has not been caught this year. First pitch. Misses down for a ball. It's 1-0. So Blomgren at third base, of course, with 2 outs on the single, he was running. He's not attempted a steal this year, but he did have 30 steals last season down in High A Spokane. Next pitch, roped out toward right field, down for a base hit to score another run and rolls to the wall. Tovar's got the wheels. He's around second. He's being waved around third. The throw comes in. It's in time, and they got him. Excellent relay between Hudson Haskin, Joey Ortiz, and Cody Roberts on the receiving end to limit the damage there, as the outfield assist for Haskin is his second this year to nail Jamison Hanna. We're on to the bottom of the 5th, halfway home here at Prince George's Stadium. Bowie trails 3-0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Sunday, May 22nd, it's a fiesta at Prince George's Stadium. For the first time this season, the Baysox will transform into El Congrejos Fantasmas de Chesapeake and face off against Los Perros Calientes de Akron as part of Minor League Baseball's Copa de la Diversión. It'll be a Latin fiesta celebration all afternoon around the ballpark, all presented by Chesapeake Employers Insurance. Get your tickets today at 301-464-4865 and online at baysox.com.
Everyone deserves a great smile, and Rad Orthodontics is here to help you, Bowie Baysox fans. Rad Orthodontics accepts most insurance, and whether it's braces or Invisalign aligners, anyone can get the smile they've always wanted with our flexible payment options. With 2 of the country's leading orthodontists right here in the DC area, we love to see Baysox fans smile with confidence. So get that amazing smile you deserve. Visit radsmile.com today and book your free consult. That's radsmile.com for Rad Orthodontics, official smile provider of the Bowie Baysox.
Fielder's Choice Flex Packs with the Bowie Baysox. The best value to see the best games at Prince George's Stadium. You could save up to 30% on your selected seat from day one and enjoy a number of exclusive member benefits, including flexible exchange options, discounts on suite rentals, special access to the Diamond View restaurant, and a free members collectible at your first home game of the year. Get your pack now by calling 301-464-4865 or heading online to baysox.com.
Bottom of the 5th inning, on to the second half of today's game as Bowie trails 3-0. First pitch home to J.D. Mundy is called a strike. A little bit low, but zone has been wide and a bit fluid today. Count opens up at 0-1. Bowie down 3-0. They've yet to record a hit. Next pitch misses down, and the count goes even to the ball and a strike. Carl Kaufman still on the mound for Hartford. He's been pitching well. 4 scoreless, hitless innings, 5 strikeouts, 3 walks. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Mundy lifts it high and deep out to center field. Hanna ranges back, but he reads it well. In front of the warning track, he pulls it down. 356 feet off of the bat from J.D. Mundy. A little hard to straightaway center, though, at 400 feet. And there's one away. So here's Dashbach. Only worked a 1-2 count in his first plate appearance. Again, that's a little bit outside for him. He leads the team on an average of 4.7 pitches per plate appearance. He watches the first pitch called a strike, change up bottom edge. It's 0-1. Bowie at the moment, though, looks like they can continue to rely on Antonio Velez. While he did give up 4 hits in the last half inning, he was bailed by the defense. Next pitch, swing and a miss. Breaking ball down, and the count goes to 0-2. So if they can get Velez for the 6th and then hopefully the 7th inning, they would only need 2 innings out of a reliever, the 0-2. Misses down and away, slider. Count goes to a ball and 2 strikes on Dashbach. Last time Velez tossed, he was followed by Adam Stauffer, Easton Lucas, then Wes Robertson. Lucas threw yesterday, so not today for him, the 1-2. Misses down and away, and the count goes even at 2 on Dashbach. I could see Robertson being one of the first out of the bullpen in that scenario. Stauffer also has some distance in his arm as well. Here's the 2-2. Just a piece in on the hands and foul. Count stays even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Robertson made a very good opening to his Bowie career. Struck out a pair in a scoreless 8th inning. Did give up a double, but stranded the runner. Here's the 2-2. Dashbach watches called strike 3, way outside. Zone has been consistent enough, but not too online, as that's the 6th strikeout for Carl Kaufman, and he's picked up 5 of them backwards. That's part of it. Kaufman, once he picked up where the zone is being called, he uses that precision, that accuracy of his, and he's been running with it. Here's Zach Watson. First pitch. Ripped up the third base line, a fair ball. That's the first hit of the day for Bowie as it gets into the corner. Bounces high off of the wall as Watson loses the helmet halfway between first and second. Gets into second base standing with his 4th double, and the Baysox have their first hit of the day with 2 gone here in the bottom of the 5th. Watson is on such a hot stretch right now for Bowie as well. Here in the month of May, he's got an OPS about 100 points higher than his overall season OPS. And over his last 5 games, including today, he's currently 7 for 17 with 2 doubles, a triple, a homer, 2 runs driven in, 2 scored. It's his longest hit streak of the season as Cody Roberts fouls off the first pitch he sees. Over to the right side and out of play, it's 0-1. But Watson on a 5-gamer. As I said, the longest of the season for him, and it comes on the tail end of a season-long 6-game hitless skid. Here's the 0-1. A flinch on a called strike, upper inside corner to Roberts. Count goes to 0-2. So, hey, feast or famine for Zach Watson, but right now he's feasting. Bowie needs to drive him in, though, as they trail 3-0. Here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Kaufman sets. Sends home the next. Roberts bounces it foul, third base side. Count stays. Roberts grounded out to the shortstop back in the 3rd inning. He ran that count full. That's a rarity for him. Kaufman sets. Fires the 0-2. It's bounced to third. That one eats up Stovall just a little bit, but he has enough time to get it to first to end the inning. 5-3 put out, and a 2-out double is left stranded at second. As we move to the 6th here at Prince George's Stadium, Bowie trails 3-0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
It's not baseball season without fireworks, and you can always count on the biggest and best at Prince George's Stadium. There's no better way to cap off a fun evening at the ballpark than a spectacular fireworks show. And the Baysox have got you covered this season with 16 different shows to choose from. So get your tickets now at Baysox.com. There's plenty to catch in the month of May with fireworks every home Saturday. Hope to see you there.
Pest Now is proud to partner with the Bowie Baysox and provide their pest control services. For all your residential and commercial pest control needs, call Pest Now. For general pest control, termite control, mosquito control, and all other pest control services, call Pest Now. You can reach us at 301-231-8300 or visit us online at www.pestnow.com.
Three, 4, 5 due up for Hartford here in the top of the 6th inning as Bowie still trails 3-0. Antonio Velez is back to work for the Baysox. Gave up 4 hits and 2 runs in the 5th, but got out of it thanks to some great defense. fires the first pitch home, misses away to Michael Tolia for a ball. It's 1-0. Tolia 0 for 2 on the day, a pair of strikeouts. Second time he's batting as a right-hander this evening. Fouls off the next pitch, just a piece, and the count goes even at a ball and a strike. It's been interesting for Velez this season. He's almost always had one clunker of an inning. A lot of times it's been the inning that's chased him out of the game. Hopefully that's not the case today. This next pitch grounded over toward third, picked at the shoe tops by Jordan Westberg. He throws it high to first. Rushed the throw, and the E5 allows the leadoff runner to reach. Second error at third for Westberg this season, and Tolia is aboard to open the frame. You look at some of Velez's numbers. He's given up 5 runs in the third all season, 5 runs in the fifth all season, and then 4 runs in the sixth. Now, all 4 runs came in one outing when he tried to stretch into the sixth against Akron on the 23rd. Here's Brenton Doyle. First pitch, a swing and a miss on a changeup away. Count opens up at 0-1. Baysox again, still trailing 3-0 as we're here in the top of the sixth. Next pitch, swing and a miss. Change up down this time, and the count to 0-2. Doyle also 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Remember, 1 through 5 in the Hartford lineup today all started 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. That's just how good Dean Kramer and Antonio Velez opened up. Here's the 0-2. Got him. Curveball and a swing and a miss. That's the 6th strikeout for Antonio Velez today. Already 11 this evening for Baysox pitching. Bowie pitching on the season does come in with 307 strikeouts. They're pretty much in line with Hartford as well. But both teams actually sitting a little bit middle of the road in the league. A little top half, but not at the top. First pitch called a strike to Willie McIver. Count opens up at 0-1. McIver, guess what? 0 for 2, 2 strikeouts. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Curveball, a beauty. Just moves a bit too far down, and McIver doesn't chase. That's more what Velez was hoping to get. Runs the count even at a ball and a strike. Pickoff throw back to first, unsuccessful. I make those jokes like that, it just reminds me of when Daniel Espino struck out the first, 11 Baysox batters. Got to the point where I was saying, guess what? He struck out. It happened to everyone. Here's the 1-1. Little piece on a breaking ball, too far ahead as Roberts holds on. Count goes to 1-2. Roberts was scrambling to keep it in front of him, but it didn't really matter. That was only the second strike. But Velez looks for his 7th strikeout here. Another pickoff throw. Still not in time. That throw was a little bit off, so Andrew Dashbach had to dance around to keep it in front. Baysox had an error on a pickoff throw yesterday from a left-hander. It was Easton Lucas. Got to be careful. 1-2 pitch. Oh, just barely missed high, if at all, and the count goes even at 2 here on Willie McIver. Here's the 2-2. Bounced foul, third base side, will stick around. Baysox do have a right-hander warming in their pen. Looks to be Adam Stauffer. So hopefully Velez can at least finish out this inning. The 2-2. Lifted high out toward right center field and deep. Back on it, Watson. He's going to leap up against the wall, and he pulls it down. What a catch by Zach Watson. Taking away an extra base hit for Willie McIver. A beautiful nab in right center field. A well-struck ball 388 feet away from home. Star that one in your scorecard as there's 2 away here in the top of the 6th inning. That makes everything after unearned, as Tolia should have been put out to open the inning. He still stands at first, however. So now here's Aaron Shunk. First pitch. This one lifted high and deep to left field this time. Fontana running back, squaring it up at the warning track, feeling for the wall, leaps, but he can't make the catch. It's off the top of the wall. Rounding home and scoring is Tolia. They've got the back runner in a rundown, but nobody was covering second, so Shunk gets to second standing with an RBI double. He's a triple away from the cycle now, as Hartford takes a 4-0 advantage. Again, that run unearned because of the error to open the inning, but it still doesn't help as Isaac Collins steps in. And we'll see if Bowie decides to make a change at any point with Velez already at 2 outs in the inning, or if they'll just let Stauffer finish warming up, hope for Velez to get out of the frame and turn things over into the next half inning. Runner at second, 2 away, first pitch. This one lined over toward left. Fontana running in, but it falls in. He's going to charge and fire at home, but it's cut off. They'll get the back runner over at first, and they got him. Collins danced too far off of first, and Jordan Westberg with an excellent read from Fontana. The assist goes 7-6, or rather 7-5, 7-5-3. So Collins does single in the run, so it's a 2-run frame for Hartford, makes it 5-0 as we go to the bottom of the 6th. The Baysox really hoping that they can get the offense going. We're back in just a little bit to Prince George's Stadium. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
It takes time to get rich, flavorful coffee beans from the lush mountain regions of Colombia and Brazil to Royal Farms, but less than a minute to get yourself
A birthday bash with the Baysox is the best time at the ballpark. Bring your friends and family out to celebrate and be the star of the show. Dance on the dugout with Louie, play games in the stadium, introduce a batter in the game, and you'll even get to have the stadium sing for you. Baysox birthday parties, an unforgettable, one-of-a-kind experience at Prince George's Stadium. Book yours by calling 301-464-4880 or at baysox.com.
Are you interested in beginning or expanding on a career in the pipe fitting, pipe welding, or HVAC service industry? Are you interested in a career path that will set you up for life without experiencing any college debt? If you are interested in these things and you live in the DC area, the Steamfitters UA Local 602 Apprenticeship Program is the best choice for you. For more information about our apprenticeship program and how to apply, please visit steamfitters-602.org. That's steamfitters-602.org.
Top of the Bowie lineup here in the bottom of the 6th, as this game is getting a little bit further out of reach unless Bowie makes a big splash soon. Shane Fontana will open it up as the Baysox trail 5-0. First pitch, a called strike on a pitch too far outside. The zone has been wide all day, but the Baysox have not been good at going after some of those pitches. Here's the 0-1. Misses down and in, and the count goes even at a ball and a strike. Again, in Bowie's defense, the pitches are outside of the zone. They're just being called in that spot by the home plate umpire as Fontana fouls this one off middle. Goes to the left side, and the count goes to 1-2. But at this point, now into the third trip through the order, it's on Bowie's turn to pick up on those pitches while they may be away and defend the plate. Here's the 1-2. Called strike 3, that same pitch wide. Fontana frustrated by it. Lots of chirping from the Baysox dugout, and it's very warranted. As Carl Kaufman picks up his 7th strikeout, 6 of them have been looking, and I'd say a majority of them are on those pitches outside. Here's Gunnar Henderson. First pitch. So that pitch was closer to the zone than the pitch that was just rung up on Shane Fontana, but it's called a ball. All right, here's the 1-0. That one called a strike. Hits the edge of the zone this time. It's 1-1. Henderson 0 for 1 on the day. Struck out looking back in the third inning. Drew a walk in the first. Was taken out on a double play. Bowie only has one hit today as the 1-1 is inside. Nearly clips Henderson. He's got that good reaction. Kicked his legs out from behind him. And the count goes to 2 balls and a strike. Bases empty, 1 away. Adam Stauffer still warms in the Bowie bullpen, so Antonio Velez is probably done. The 2-1. Bounced over to first. Picked in fair territory by Tolia. He only has to step forward about 5 feet to get to the bag and retire Gunnar Henderson. 2 away. So now here's Hudson Haskin. Hudson on the day, 0 for 2. First pitch. Misses away. A little bit down as well, and the count starts out at 1-0. He hit into a double play, then popped out to the first baseman in foul territory. Here's the next from Kaufman. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball down, and the count evens at 1. Kaufman is getting up there, though. This is 83 pitches for him, but at the efficiency and the outs he's recording, there's nobody warming in the Hartford bullpen, and why should there be? The 1-1. Hudson squares, pulls back, and the slider misses down and away. Count goes to 2-1. But if Kaufman finishes out this inning, it'll be back-to-back nights of quality starts for Hartford starters. 2-1. This one, soft liner on a couple of bounces picked by the second baseman Blomgren. He rips it over to first in time, and the Baysox are down in order. We go to the 7th here at Prince George's Stadium. Bowie trails 5-0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
When your commercial plumbing project calls for a job done safely and on time, then your job calls for the plumbers of Local 5 Washington, D.C. Local 5 will always deliver the most skilled and well-trained plumbing craftsmen in the DMV. If you're a contractor who needs safe jobs done well, you need the plumbers of Local 5 Washington, D.C. Start your partnership with them today. Visit local5plumbers.org. That's local5plumbers.org.
From sprains to stitches, sore throats to stomach aches, and pulled muscles to poison ivy, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
Be sure to get to the ballpark on Friday, June 17th for a jam-packed night of promotions and fun at Prince George's Stadium. It all starts with fireworks presented by DCA Imaging Systems. It's our mother and son night out with special ticket packages available at BaysoxShop.com. And most importantly, it's the Scouts BSA Campout. When you purchase a special ticket, you and your scout can camp out in the outfield at Prince George's Stadium after the game. It all happens on Friday, June 17th, so find out more and get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
Pitching change for Bowie as we cruise on to the 7th inning here at Prince George's Stadium. A 5-0 Hartford lead. Antonio Velez departs. His piggyback lasted 4 innings. Give you his full line in just a second as Adam Stauffer gets to work on the mound. He faces 8-9-1 in the Hartford lineup. First pitch to Hunter Stovall is called a strike on the outer edge. It's 0-1. Stovall an 0 for 2 day, a ground out and a fly out. He's one of 3 batters that has not reached for Hartford today. Next pitch misses down and away a fastball. Count goes even at a ball and a strike. So the line for Velez, 4 innings, 7 hits. That's 2 shy of a season's high for him, second highest of the year. 5 runs, 3 earned, 6 strikeouts, no walks. Next pitch, swing and a miss on a curveball down, and the count goes to 1-2. Velez is in line for the loss today as Bowie trails 5-0. Here's the 1-2, fouled off to the right side, a liner, and the count holds. After Stovall in this half inning, it's Jack Blomgren, then back to the top of the lineup, and Jamison Hanna. As Stauffer is coming in for his 5th appearance with Bowie this year. Spent a little bit of time on the IL. He fires the next, and it's swung on and missed for strike 3. That curveball had Stovall way out in front. He had to reach out late to try and stay on it somewhat, but he had no chance. First strikeout for Stauffer to get us started out of the pen. 12th overall for Baysox pitching. Tell you a little bit about Stauffer. Tall drink of water, 6'7", 240-pound right-hander, 19th round draft selection in 2017 out of Coatesville High School. That's in Pennsylvania. Not too far from where we were in Reading the other day. First pitch, swinging a piece, caught by the catcher, and the count starts out at 0-1 on Blomgren. Blomgren has a pair of extra base hits and a pair of runs scored for Hartford today. A solo home run in the 3rd, a double and a run in the 5th. Next pitch. Called a strike wide on the curveball. At least it's consistent with all the pitches outside we've seen today, and the count quickly 0-2. Bases empty, 1 away here in the top of the 7th inning. Here's the 0-2. Swinging a liner, splitting the gap toward right center for a base hit. Cutting it off before hitting the wall, Haskin. He rips it to the infield, but it's just late. Sliding into second base, Blomgren. He's got his 2nd double of the day. This kid is on fire in just his 2nd Double-A game. He's been here for, at least on the roster, less than 48 hours, and he's already collected 5 hits in 6 at-bats. 1-out double, his 2nd of the season, both coming in this game. And that goes back to the top of the lineup in Jamison Hanna. First pitch home. Hanna watches a called strike on a fastball lower inside corner. Count opens up at 0-1. Hanna had a hard-hit single to third base back in the 5th inning, but was thrown out trying to go first to home on Ezekiel Tovar's double. Runner at second, 1 away, the 0-1. Poked the other way, but foul out of play. And the count quickly to 0-2. There's a right-hander up and tossing in the bullpen for Hartford. Looks to be Will Gaddis. Carl Kaufman's day should be done. Here's the 0-2. Curveball in there for strike 3. Can't even complain about that one. It was perfect on the upper outside corner of the zone. We've seen much worse pitches called for strikes in this game. And Hanna is retired. 2nd strikeout for Adam Stauffer. 13th overall for Baysox pitching this evening. Here's Ezekiel Tovar's. Runner still at second, but now 2 away. They play him a little bit to pull, but not heavily. First pitch. Right-hander watches breaking ball miss down and away. Stauffer sticking heavily with the curve right now. Count opens up at 1-0. Most strikeouts from Baysox pitching this season is 15. That was back on the 8th. First game of the season. Here's the 1-0. Lifted into center field, fairly deep as Watson is running a long way back on it to the 405 sign. Over the shoulder, makes the catch and crashes up against the wall. How's he doing? Onto the warning track, he leaps up and sprints away from the landing spot. Another sensational catch from Zach Watson in center field. This one saves extra bases and a run and sends us to the bottom of the 7th. We stretch here at Prince George's Stadium. Bowie needs to get it going. They're being shut out 5-0 with only 1 hit. We'll be back in just a second. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Get your gear and memorabilia from your favorite Baysox players and future stars of the Baltimore Orioles at the Tackle Box Team Store. Jerseys, hats, autographed bats and balls, all at great prices. Located right at the main gate at Prince George's Stadium and online at BaysoxShop.com, the Tackle Box is the only place to get the best Baysox gear for you and your favorite fan. It's the Tackle Box at Prince George's Stadium and at BaysoxShop.com.
Baseball is a game of specialists. Base stealers, closers, cleanup hitters. Together, they help their team stand out from the rest. Specialists also help set Chesapeake Employers Insurance apart from other workers' compensation insurance companies. Our health services team includes orthopedic surgeons, nurse case managers, a physical therapist, and more, all to get your employee back to work, contain costs, and keep premiums down. That's teamwork. To learn more, connect with your agent or visit Chesapeake Employers at CEIWC.com.
On the Green Incorporated is your lawn care team, providing professional organic-based lawn care programs for residential and commercial lawns. Our lawn care programs provide ballpark quality results. Each service is custom tailored with guaranteed results for even the toughest lawns. On the Green also offers outdoor pest control services. Mosquitoes, ants, ticks, and more. Safely and effectively control insects and enjoy the outdoors this summer with On the Green Incorporated. Go to onthegreeninc.com.
Bottom of the 7th inning here in Bowie as the Baysox still trail 5-0. Surprisingly, Hartford sticking with their starter, Carl Kaufman. He fires a first pitch strike to Jordan Westberg. Fastball hits the lower outside corner. It's 0-1. It's Westberg Ortiz Monday due up. That was the 85th pitch by Carl Kaufman, but he is tossing blanks. Next pitch misses away, and the count goes even at a ball and a strike. He's allowed only one hit. It was a 2-out double by Zach Watson in the 5th inning. It ripped up the third base line, and that's really been it for Bowie. 1-1. Misses inside on Westberg, and the count goes to 2-1. Hartford did have right-hander Will Gaddis warming in the last half inning, and he's still there now. So Westberg might be the only batter. 2-1. Swinging a piece as Westberg goes down to a knee. Ball rolls over to the right side, and the count goes even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 0 for 2 day for Westberg. He has not gotten it out of the infield. Popped out to third base in the 4th inning, grounded out to shortstop in the 2nd. They play him a bit to pull. Here's the 2-2. Westberg takes inside a change, and the count runs full. This is the first full count for Carl Kaufman since Gunnar Henderson struck out looking on a full count in the 3rd. Here's the 3-2. Swing and a miss. Westberg is down on strikes for the first time today as Kaufman has logged his 8th. And let's see, is that going to be the last batter for the right-hander? Gaddis is looking back in before firing another warm-up toss from the bullpen. Everyone trying to see if Chris Denorfia is going to come out of the dugout. He is not. Here's Joey Ortiz. First pitch is a swing and a miss on a fastball inside. It's 0-1. Ortiz, 0 for 1 on the day, struck out looking in the 4th inning, drew a walk in the 2nd. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Fastball misses away, and the count goes even at a ball and a strike. Kaufman has a pair of 9 strikeout performances. He's been a very high strikeout arm this season. Told you that in pregame, as the 1-1 is ripped up the third base line, but just screeches foul. Ortiz just barely pulled it, but got it 108 miles an hour off of the bat. What a shot. Does run the count to a ball and 2 strikes. Bases empty, 1 away here in the bottom of the 7th inning as Bowie trails 5-0. Here's the next pitch from Kaufman. Late swing, poked foul the other way on a breaking pitch. Count stays at a ball and 2 strikes here on Ortiz. So Kaufman has struck out at least 7 batters in all but 1 of his starts this season, and that was his clunker when he gave up 8 runs in his second go-around with Somerset at the tail end of April. Here's the 1-2. Ortiz lofts it towards shallow right center. Who's going to get there? It's the center fielder, Hanna? No, the right fielder, Doyle, who makes the catch to record the out. Now is this going to be the last batter for Kaufman? Because now he faces the left-hander Monday, and it will be. So here comes Chris Denorfia to make the change. A quality start for Carl Kaufman. He goes 6 2/3, allows just 1 hit and no runs in line for a big win. Denorfia is not gotten the ball just yet. And now he does. Makes the call, and we'll get a change. So bases empty, 2 away here in the bottom of the 7th inning as Bowie trails 5-0. A new pitcher will take over for Hartford. We'll tell you about him after this. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
A birthday bash with the Baysox is the best time at the ballpark. Bring your friends and family out to celebrate and be the star of the show. Dance on the dugout with Louie, play games in the stadium, introduce a batter in the game, and you'll even get to have the stadium sing for you. Baysox birthday parties, an unforgettable, one-of-a-kind experience at Prince George's Stadium. Book yours by calling 301-464-4880 or at baysox.com.
From sprains to stitches, sore throats to stomach aches, and pulled muscles to poison ivy, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
Pitching change here as we sit in the bottom of the 7th inning at Prince George's Stadium. Bowie trailing 5-0 as Hartford goes into the bullpen for the first time today. Carl Kaufman departs following a very quality start. 6 2/3 innings, 1 hit and no runs allowed. He struck out 8, walked only 3, and overall he used 95 pitches to accomplish the feat. 60 of them went for strikes. Makes way for Will Gaddis out of the bullpen. Gaddis, a 6'1", 185-pound, 26-year-old right-hander from Merrimack, New Hampshire. Third-round draft selection in 2017. Fires the first pitch to left-hander J.D. Mundy, and it misses inside for a ball, 1-0. Mundy 0 for 2 on the day, struck out looking back in the 2nd inning, flew out to straightaway center field in the 5th. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Fouled off back to the screen, and the count goes even and a ball and a strike on Mundy. So Gaddis comes into today with a 1-0 record and a 4.91 ERA. This is his 10th overall appearance. 11 innings of work. He's struck out 10, walked 5, has allowed 2 home runs. Does have a save under his belt, but this is not a save opportunity. A 5-0 game. 1-1, line foul, first base side. And the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Baysox are going to stick with Adam Stauffer in the next half inning. Came out of the bullpen and faced 1 over the minimum, gave up a 1-out double and stranded the runner. Little help from the defense, too. Zach Watson made an excellent play in center field. Here's the 1-2. Mundy lifts it high out toward deep center field. Hanna ranging back, but squaring it up in front of the warning track and pulling it down about 350 feet away from home plate. So the Baysox do go down in order in the frame with a pitching change mixed in. And as we go to the 8th at Prince George's Stadium, Bowie trails 5-0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
Baysox Youth Baseball Camps are back in 2022, and registration is open now. 3 sessions this summer led by Orioles Hall of Famer and former Rookie of the Year Al Bumbry, along with former Baysox outfielder Stephen Bumbry. Kids will take part in in-depth on-field instruction and go head-to-head in camp-wide games at Prince George's Stadium. All campers get a free Baysox hat and a ticket to a Baysox game of their choice. Space is limited, so head to BaysoxShop.com and reserve your spot at a Baysox Youth Baseball Camp today.
If you own or operate a building or facility, or if you're a general contractor that is located or operates in the D.C. area, there is no doubt that it is important for you to have the best trained and most qualified people working for you. Members of Steamfitters UA Local 602 provide the highest level of HVAC, mechanical, and specialty piping services to the various customers we serve. For more information about the services we provide and for a list of companies you can hire, please visit steamfitters-602.org.
Eighth inning here at Prince George's Stadium as Bowie still trails 5-0. Middle of the Hartford lineup due up in this frame. Michael Tolia, the switch hitter, will bat lefty. Second time today he's doing that as he faces off against Adam Stauffer. Second full inning of relief for the right-hander. He winds and fires the first pitch home. Swing and a miss. High fastball. Count opens up at 0-1. Tolia reached on an error in the sixth inning. A high throw from third baseman Jordan Westberg. Here's the 0-1. Called a strike, outer edge, a changeup, and the count goes to 0-2. Hartford got their first couple of runs on solo home runs, one by Jack Blomgren, one by Aaron Schunk. Both came against Antonio Velez as the 0-2. Misses away for a ball. Change up there, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. They got another run in the fifth after Blomgren doubled. Eventually came home on another double by Ezekiel Tovar. And then 2 more runs in the sixth. Next pitch. Fouled off left side. Count holds after Tolia reached on that error. Eventually came around to score on a double by Aaron Schunk, and Schunk scored on a single by Isaac Collins. But Collins was thrown out on the play, straying too far off of the bag when the throw came in. 1-2. Called strike 3, bottom half. Tolia knew it. Fastball placed perfectly by Stauffer. He's got 3 punch-outs on the day. Baysox pitching. Excellent work so far. That's 14 total strikeouts. One shy of tying a season's high. Here's Brenton Doyle. First pitch, line to first. Daschbach grabs it, and there's 2 gone. Wow, Brenton Doyle's had a tough day. He's only seen 1 pitch outside of the zone while striking out 3 times. And on that first offering, he just screams it right over to Daschbach. 102 miles an hour, and the first baseman snares it. So now here's Willie McIver. He's riding an 0-for-3 day. First pitch, bounced over to the left side. Tough play for Henderson. He pulls it, turns, fires, and didn't get him. Even if it was in time, bounced out of the glove of Daschbach briefly. But a good grab by Henderson to make it close, showing off more of that range on a very slowly hit ball that found its way into the earth quickly. Took a lot of the power out of it, too, off of that first bounce. So an infield single for Willie McIver, his first hit of the day, 3rd of the series. And it's a 2-out base runner for Hartford here in the top of the 8th inning. Here's Aaron Schunk. He's a triple away from the cycle now. Runner at first, 2 away. First pitch, fouled off. Change up high, and the count starts out at 0-1. Schunk singled in the second inning. He was the only base runner against Dean Kramer. He got to second base on a throwing error on the same play. Led off the 5th inning with a solo homer. Doubled in a run and scored in the 6th. Here's the 0-1. Slider misses down and away, and the count goes even at a ball and a strike. I've seen a lot of talk in a bunch of places. I think the first time I ever actually saw it was in Jim Bouton's Ball 4. It's just the intrigue around the cycle is just so fascinating sometimes because it's just a statistical anomaly. It doesn't necessarily help in the best possible way, as the next pitch to Schunk is called a strike, bottom edge. Because what would you rather have, a cycle or a game where you hit a home run, a single, and 2 triples? Because that would help your team better than if you hit for the cycle. It's so odd. The 1-2 misses down and away the curve from Stauffer. Count goes even at 2. Or say you miss out on the triple and you get an inside the park home run along with it. So essentially 2 home runs, a double, and a single. You'd take that over a cycle any day. Here's the 2-2. Swinging a piece off of the mask of Roberts, and the count stays. Again, Bowie trails 5-0 here in the top of the 8th inning. Unless the offense can get going soon, they're in danger of losing their 6th consecutive game. A right-hander slowly tossing in the bullpen for Hartford. Riley Pint, or Pint. I don't know which one it is. Here's the 2-2. Misses high, runs the count full after Stauffer had worked ahead, a ball and 2 strikes. So now McIver over at first will get a head start. Shunk this season, only 2 for 12 on full counts. 5 strikeouts and a walk, and time called. One of the pitches in the bullpen has gone errant. Here's the payoff. Runner goes. It's fouled off back to the screen. So a little bit of breaking news now with Bobby Witt Jr. of the Kansas City Royals getting enough plate appearances with the big league club. He's graduated from what's determined to be prospect status for all the major publications. So he's no longer the top prospect in baseball anymore. He's just a Major League Baseball player. That means Adley Rutschman is now the consensus overall top prospect between the major publications, including MLB Pipeline. Runner goes again. The 3-2 is fouled off to the top of the screen once more. The count holds. Yeah, Witt Jr. was ahead of Rutschman coming into this season. According to MLB Pipeline, Baseball America had Rutschman as the top overall prospect. That led to some discussion, of course, but they're both great players. There's nothing you can take away from that. But now that Witt Jr. has graduated, it's Rutschman all alone. Still runner at first, 2 away. Another 3-2. Down and away, ball 4. So that is the first walk given up by a Baysox pitcher today. And it puts runners at first and second now with 2 away here in the top of the 8th inning. See if Bowie gets anyone moving in their bullpen at any point. I can't imagine they do. Adam Stauffer is always liable to throw together a handful of innings for the Baysox. He could probably finish out this game for Bowie. He's thrown 3 innings once this season. He's thrown at least 2 in all 4 of his outings for the Baysox. He's coming off a bit of a tough outing against the Fightins last week when he came in relief of Velez. He was the first pitcher out of the pen, and while he faced the minimum in his first inning, he gave up a 2-run home run to Josh Akami in his second inning of work. Want to avoid that here in his second full inning of work today as he faces Isaac Collins, who has an RBI single on a 1-for-3 day. First pitch. Hits the curveball, top half of the zone for a called strike. It's 0-1 to start. Runners at first and second here, all with 2 outs after a strikeout to open the frame and a line out to first. Stauffer looked like he was in command, but now things have gotten a little more touchy. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Chases on a changeup down, and the count to 0-2. Still a very slow warm-up for that right-hander Pint in the bullpen. See if he does come out after Gaddis only pitched to 1 batter. Here's the 0-2. Check swing. Breaking ball just misses down. And the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes on Isaac Collins. He batted as a right-hander in his last 2 plate appearances. Had the RBI single. Also popped out to second. He grounded out to second when batting as a lefty against Dean Kramer in the second. Here's the 1-2. Misses just inside a fastball. Count goes even at 2. Stauffer was ahead of Aaron Shunk, a ball and 2 strikes, and lost him. Trying to put down Collins here. Fires the 2-2. That one's in the dirt. Roberts picks it. Goes to first as they've got the back runner. Shunk retired, dancing a little bit too far off as that ball skipped away slowly from Roberts, and he's taken out 2-3 to end the inning. That gets Stauffer out of the little jam that had started to brew. And as we move to the bottom of the 8th, Bowie still trails 5-0, though. They need the offense to get going. We'll be back in a bit. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
From bug bites to burns, fevers to flu, and bruises to broken bones, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
Pest Now is proud to partner with the Bowie Baysox and provide their pest control services. For all your residential and commercial pest control needs, call Pest Now. For general pest control, termite control, mosquito control, and all other pest control services, call Pest Now. You can reach us at 301-231-8300 or visit us online at www.pestnow.com.
The best way to take in a Baysox game is with a group outing at Prince George's Stadium. Everything from entertaining clients to birthday parties and even fundraising opportunities for your team, the Baysox offer plenty of options for your group at unbeatable rates with plenty of options on suites, seats, and decks around the ballpark. Your group can eat their fill and have an unforgettable time. Find out more and schedule your group outing by calling 301-464-4880 or going to Baysox.com.
Bottom of the 8th inning here at Prince George's Stadium as the Baysox have 6 outs to work with, trailing 5-0. The new pitcher on the mound for Hartford, tall right-hander Riley Pint, fires a first pitch away from the catcher and back to the screen. A 96-mile-an-hour fastball, but the count starts out at 1-0. Bottom 3 in the Baysox lineup here between Dashbach, Watson, and Roberts. As Pint comes in, the 4th overall selection in the 2016 draft, fires the next. A fastball draws a check swing, but it's away for ball 2. Dashbach 0 for 2 on the day, a pair of strikeouts, one swinging, one looking. Here's the 2-0. Check swing, fastball misses away, and the count 3-0. So Will Gaddis is done. He only faced one batter, got a fly out, that's it. So very quick, clean line. That's not going to lead to much. Here's the 3-0. Dashbach watches fastball right down Broadway for a called strike. It's 3-1. So Riley Pint, 6'5", 225-pound right-hander, 24 years old from Lenexa, Kansas, fires the next. And that fastball misses down. It's ball 4 for Andrew Dashbach. That's his 22nd walk this season. First for Pint, of course. 4th overall for Hartford pitching. And it'll turn to Zach Watson. Sounds like Nick Vespi is warming up the bullpen for Baltimore right now, so he should be coming in for his debut soon. Logan Gillespie made his Major League debut last night for the O's. First pitch to Zach Watson is a breaking ball that misses high, and it's 1-0. So location definitely not the strong suit for Riley Pint so far today. Here's the 1-0. Misses down and away that fastball. Count goes to 2-0. Watson, a 1 for 2 day. He has the Baysox only hit so far this evening, a double. He watches fastball, no slider make it, rather come in down. And the count goes to 3-0. And Pint was the 4th overall pick in 2016, but he's been slowly tailing as the 3-0 misses up and in for ball 4. Back-to-back walks, so far only one pitch in the strike zone to start the relief appearance. Pint comes in with a team-leading 15 appearances. This is his 16th. Doesn't have a record and a 2.81 ERA. 16 innings. He struck out 19 and walked 11. Has not given up a home run. Has not come in a save situation. This isn't one. He's got a 5-0 lead, but still. And with the 2 walks to start, Blaine Beatty, former Baysox pitching coach, current Hartford pitching coach, will come out and have a chat. Pine's had a lot of injury problems, and it's really been tough for him to really get through some of those control issues. Looking at some of his numbers, as Hartford is already getting another right-hander up and warming, Dugan Darnell. Just looking back at some of his prospect reports, he's not been ranked since 2020, and this is, again, a former 4th overall pick. Threw wild back when he was with High A Asheville, or rather Low A Asheville as it was at the time. First pitch to Cody Roberts is fouled off right side. Count opens up at 0-1. So the Baysox can get this game within striking distance if they get a big hit here, the 0-1. Roberts gets a big hit out toward right center field. This one's toward the gap as Dashbach will round third and score. Watson goes first to third, but the throw gets to Roberts, and he's tagged out going to second. Oh, that's tough. Tried to stretch it into a double, couldn't. RBI single for Roberts is the first run of the day for Bowie and only their second hit. They still trail 5-1. Bowie's been aggressive like that a couple of times this season. And again, it did score 1 run, pushed another into third base. But Roberts was retired on the play, I believe 9-4. It goes back to the top of the lineup for Shane Fontana. First pitch to him. Misses inside, and the count starts out at 1-0. Fontana in 0 for 2 day. 2 strikeouts, both looking. He's walked once. Runner at third, 1 out. Here's the pitch. Got him. Did it get the bat? I think that got the knob of the bat. So just a foul on a changeup up and in. Fontana literally didn't move the bat at all. It just precisely hit it. Runs the count even at 1. Next pitch. Fontana lifts it high and deep but foul the other way. That one will touch down on the berm by the picnic patio there, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. I'm looking at some of his numbers here for Pint. He didn't pitch at all in the second half of 2019 because of shoulder tendonitis. His control has really been wild. Next pitch misses down and in on Fontana. The count goes even at 2. And that's some of the risks that you take with some of those right-handed pitchers. That's why, or those high school pitchers, I should say. And that's why teams have been so averse to them in recent drafts. 2-2. Called strike 3, upper outside corner. Fontana has had legitimate gripes about some pitches today. That one was in the zone. That's the 3rd time he struck out today. All 3 have been looking. That's the first strikeout for Riley Pint, 9th overall for Hartford pitching. And there's 2 away here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Now here's Gunnar Henderson. Bowie could really use a big hit from him here. First pitch. This one driven high and deep to left. Running back Collins. He looks up and it's gone. What did I just say? Gunnar Henderson says goodbye. 3 home runs in 2 games for the shortstop, his 7th of the season, and it's a 2-run game. Bowie trails 5-3, but they're cooking. 100 miles an hour off of the bat for Gunnar, 348 feet away from home plate. And that's going to lead to the change. So a short leash for Pine, a couple of walks and a home run allowed, and he's going to get lifted before he can complete 1 inning. We'll tell you about the new hurler after this. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
A birthday bash with the Baysox is the best time at the ballpark. Bring your friends and family out to celebrate and be the star of the show. Dance on the dugout with Louie, play games in the stadium, introduce a batter in the game, and you'll even get to have the stadium sing for you. Baysox birthday parties, an unforgettable, one-of-a-kind experience at Prince George's Stadium. Book yours by calling 301-464-4880 or at baysox.com.
From sprains to stitches, sore throats to stomach aches, and pulled muscles to poison ivy, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox. Open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
We continue with the bottom of the 8th inning here at Prince George's Stadium as the Baysox have broken through the current shutout. After being held to only one hit over the first 7 innings, they found their groove against Riley Pint, who's clearly been having his struggles. Pint gave up a pair of walks, a single, and eventually a 2-run home run to Gunnar Henderson. So the line is closed on Pint as Bowie now trails only 5-3. He went 2/3 of an inning, gave up just 2 hits, but 3 runs, all earned. He only struck out 1 batter, walked 2, and gave up the aforementioned homer. It's a no decision for him, of course, but Dugan Darnell will come in a save situation for Hartford. Darnell, a 6'2", 205-pound, 24-year-old right-hander from Northville, Michigan. Minor league free agent pickup in 2021. He'll face off against Hudson Haskin with bases empty and 2 away. First pitch, right-hander. Watches breaking ball miss down. Count opens up at 1-0. Haskin riding an 0-for-3 day. He grounded out to second base his last time up. He's not gotten it out of the infield yet this evening. Here's the 1-0. Breaking ball misses down, and the count goes to 2-0. Darnell, 10 appearances this year, a 2-0 record with a 2.57 ERA, 14 innings of work. He struck out 18 batters, walked 8, has allowed 2 home runs. Here's the 2-0. Called a strike, fastball on the bottom edge of the zone, and the count goes to 2-1. Dugan has not had a save opportunity yet this year. Takes his time, finally kicks and fires the 2-1. Swinging a bouncing ball, left side, scooped by the third baseman Stovall. Fires it low, and it's not picked by the first baseman. In the dirt as Tolia had to try and dig, but the bounce came just a little bit too earlier than he expected. And it's an error on Stovall to throw. E5 allows Haskin to reach. Second error at third base for Stovall this year. So the inning continues, and now Jordan Westberg represents a tying run for Bowie here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Everything from here on out unearned as Westberg steps up. Well, I shouldn't say that, actually. First pitch, up and in. Count starts out at 1-0. No, it will be unearned because that would have been the last out no matter what. Sometimes there are tricky situations if a runner reached and it would have been unearned on a different pitcher, but a new pitcher came in out of the bullpen. Sometimes those things reset. That's just not the case here. That would have been the last out of the inning. Here's the 1-0. Misses down, and the count goes to 2-0. Westberg has always been a much better batter, especially in these late clutch situations. His .216 average on the season overall is nothing in comparison to his .243 average and .901 OPS when batting in the 7th inning and later in games. Here's the 2-0. Called a strike, change up on the inside edge, and the count goes to 2-1. Pitch home from the right-hander. Westberg watches breaking ball high. He has to duck from it more than anything. And the count goes to 3 balls and 1 strike. Hudson Haskin at first. Reached on an error. The Baysox have plated 3 runs in this frame. And a hitter's count on Jordan Westberg. The pitch. Called a strike. Fastball in the lower inside corner. And the count runs full, so Haskin will get a head start. Darnell pitched well in relief last season with High A Spokane, a 2.38 ERA and 36 relief appearances. Was named one of the best relievers in the Rockies organization by MLB.com at the end of the year. The payoff home, Westberg swings through it. Strikeout ends the frame. Runner stranded at first, but the Baysox get on the board with a RBI single from Cody Roberts and a 2-run home run by Gunnar Henderson. We're on to the 9th inning here at Prince George's Stadium as Bowie trails, but now just 5-3. Hopefully they can get one last shot at it. We'll be back in just a bit. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Hey, Baysox fans, if you've got a teacher or educator in your life that's meant a lot to you, or if you're one yourself, then you don't want to miss out on the Baysox Educator Appreciation Week from Tuesday, June 28th to Friday, July 1st. Teachers and educators who show a school ID at the Baysox ticket office will get 2 free tickets to a game of their choice between those days, all sponsored by Educational Systems Federal Credit Union. Again, it's Educator Appreciation Week at Prince George's Stadium, Tuesday, June 28th to Friday, July 1st.
There is a weekend in July where the baseball world revolves around a village in upstate New York. Baseball Hall of Fame induction weekend in Cooperstown is an unforgettable experience full of family-friendly activities and priceless moments. Make your plans today for July 22nd through 25th for the induction of Bud Fowler, Gil Hodges, Jim Cott, Minnie Minoso, Tony Oliva, Buck O'Neill, and David Ortiz as the class of 2022. Visit baseballhall.org today for the
Baseball is a game of specialists. Base stealers, closers, cleanup hitters. Together, they help their team stand out from the rest. Specialists also help set Chesapeake Employers Insurance apart from other workers' compensation insurance companies. Our health services team includes orthopedic surgeons, nurse case managers, a physical therapist, and more, all to get your employee back to work, contain costs, and keep premiums down. That's teamwork. To learn more, connect with your agent or visit Chesapeake Employers at CEIWC.com.
We're on to the 9th inning here at Prince George's Stadium as Bowie now trails only by 2. They were down 5-0 with only 1 hit into the bottom of the 8th, but finally got it going against reliever Riley Pint, and now they trail by just 2, and they turn it over to one final pitcher out of the bullpen for now. Wes Robertson will take over his second appearance with the Baysox. First pitch to Isaac Collins is a fastball called for strike on the top half of the zone. It's 0-1. Collins was at the dish when Aaron Shunk was thrown out at first base, dancing a little bit too far off the bag on a pitch that was in the dirt. He had a 2-2 count, and now he steps back in. Switch hitter continues to bat lefty. Here's the next. Breaking ball misses down, and the count goes even at a ball and a strike. It was 2 innings for Adam Stauffer, and they were both scoreless. He did give up 2 hits, struck out 3, and walked 1. There is a right-hander up and moving in the bullpen as well for Hartford. It would be their 4th reliever if they come in. Here's the 1-1, but a automatic ball called on Robertson as he had not started his delivery in time. So that will run the count to 2-1. He's a little confused by the call, it seems, and there is some words coming from the Baysox dugout, but that's one of the things with this pitch clock. You don't really have too much time to argue. The 2-1 misses down, and the count goes to 3-1 on Collins, who's 1 for 3 on the day, an RBI single back in the 6th inning. He got thrown out, trying to maybe stretch it into a double. Here's the 3-1. Collins watches away for ball 4, so the auto ball might have helped out there as Robertson walks the first batter he sees in relief. A little bit on Wes, a 6'2", 190-pound right-hander, signed as minor league free agent just a little bit earlier this year. Began the season with High A Aberdeen and appeared in 7 games. Tossed a scoreless innings in his Baysox debut with a hit. No walks, 2 strikeouts against Reading. Here's Hunter Stovall, first pitch. Right-hander watches it bounce in, and it rolls away from Roberts. He can't find it. This one could allow the runner to go to third, but he stops at second. Collins will accept the wild pitch and the single free base. That slider definitely rolled a little bit too far away, and Roberts Might have gotten the signs crossed up because he immediately runs out to talk with Robertson about that one. See, that's what's getting me tongue-tied right now. You've got Robertson in the battery with Roberts. Want to know the count on Stovall, who's 0 for 3 on the day, struck out swinging his last time up. Here's the next. He squares and punches it up the first base line, rather. It trickles into fair territory as Robertson picks it and tags the runner all in one motion. Runner advances to third. That's Collins. I'm honestly surprised that Robertson went for it, as it was going to roll foul. I guess they were just more concerned with collecting the out. So it's a sacrifice, one unassisted. It allows Collins to third, and now here's Jack Blomgren with the infield playing in against just one out. Bowie has played these risky plays before. First pitch. Blomgren watches fastball down. Count opens up at 1-0. So Blomgren is actually an example of that small conversation I was having a little bit earlier on what would you rather have, a cycle or an even better day at the plate where you contribute a little bit more to your team. Here's the 1-0. Swinging a piece in front of home plate. Nobody's going to cover home as the run scores. Blomgren is retired on a 2-3 putout as Roberts pounces on it. But the run home makes it 6-3 Hartford as Blomgren drives in his second run of the day, third of the season. And there's 2 away now with the bases empty. But yeah, Blomgren has a home run and 2 doubles. Would you rather have that or a home run, a double, and a single while you work toward a cycle? He doesn't have a cycle, so it doesn't matter, but that's just what I've been thinking about. Here's Jamison Hanna. Leadoff batter watches a called strike on the lower outside corner. It's 0-1. So the Baysox will have 3 chances to try and score 3 runs, maybe 4 to walk it off. Here's the 0-1. Ripped foul, first base side, and the count quickly to 0-2 on Hanna, who's 1 for 4 on the day. Singled in the 5th inning, tried to go first to home on Ezekiel Tovar's double, but was thrown out. He's also struck out 3 times. Robertson looks for his first K. The 0-2 misses inside, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. For the Baysox, it'll be Ortiz, Mundy, and Dashbach due up in the home half of the frame to try and tie it up, maybe win it. Little bit on the pull side for the lefty, Hanna. The 1-2 is fouled off the other way, and the count stays. Hanna actually does go in the opposite direction more often. 36% pull, 44% opposite field. Only shoots it up the middle about 19% of the time. Here's the 1-2. Swinging a piece, rolled over toward third, charging in, picking in the baseline is Westberg. He gets it to first with just a moment to spare. 5-3 putout ends the frame. Hartford does add on an insurance run without the need of a hit. Walk, wild pitch, sacrifice bunt, and an RBI ground out. As we go to the bottom of the 9th, Bowie needs 3 to tie, 4 to win. We'll see if they can get it done. We're back after this. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
Get the best deals at Prince George's Stadium with weekly promotions all season. Tuesdays are Military Appreciation Night. Purchase a box seat at the ticket office with a proof of service and you'll only pay half price. Bring along your furry friend on Woof Wednesday, and it's the best happy hour around every Thursday from 5 to 6:30. $2 Bud and Bud Light drafts with other beer specials throughout the year, and live music to get your night started. It's always a great time at the ballpark, so get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
Most people don't know what a steam fitter is. More importantly, what we do and how much it impacts you. Just take a moment to think about what your world would look like if you didn't have the ability to generate electricity to have heating or air conditioning, microchip production, internet service, web-based storage, cellular service, and frozen or refrigerated produce. Could you imagine? And these are just some of the things that we impact. Please visit steamfitters-602.org and let's talk about how we can bring value to you.
Bottom of the ninth inning here at Prince George's Stadium as the Baysox trail 6-3, down to their final three chances to tie it up, maybe take the lead, and break out of this 5-game losing streak. It'll be a new pitcher on the mound for Hartford to try and collect the save. Gavin Hollowell will take over. He's converted both of his save opportunities this season, and he replaces Dugan Darnell, who tossed 1/3 of an inning, faced two batters, one of them reached on an error, and he picked up a strikeout of the other. That's it. It'll be Joey Ortiz, J.D. Mundy, and Andrew Dashbach due up for Bowie. If any of them reach, Zach Watson, and then Cody Roberts to follow. First pitch. Half swing, pitch high. They appeal. He didn't go. That pitch actually looked like it was in the zone as well. So the count starts out at 1-0. So Hollowell, 6'7", 215-pound, 24-year-old right-hander from Somerset, New Jersey. How do you like that? Next pitch to Ortiz, misses wide away. Count goes to 2-0. When does Hartford play Somerset? They already have. Do they play them again? Next pitch. Misses inside. Count goes to 3-0. Those homecomings are always very nice, and that's what made me very sad about the recent trip for Bowie to Reading, is that Toby Welk and his injury made it so he missed that trip, the 3-0. Called a strike to Ortiz inside. Count to 3-1. Toby Welk went to college in that area, Penn State Berks. Here's the 3-1. Misses away, ball 4. Ortiz is aboard as the leadoff batter. So now to J.D. Mundy. Hollowell, 10 appearances this year, a 3-0 record with a 4.97 ERA. 12 2/3 total innings of work, 17 strikeouts and 5 walks. I mentioned it, he's converted both of his save opportunities this season. Here's Mundy, righty on lefty. First pitch is served the other way, left center field, falling quickly, but the left fielder Collins closes the gap and brings it in. So Mundy will most likely finish the day 0 for 4. A trio of flyouts and a strikeout looking. So now here's Andrew Dashbach.
First baseman, Andrew Dashbach.
0 for 2 day for him. He drew a walk and scored in the 8th inning. Part of Bowie's 3-run frame, their only 3 runs. First pitch. Beautiful slider. Moves its way across into the top of the zone for a called strike. It's 0-1. That was an excellent pitch. 6th round draft selection in 2019. Went to St. John's, so stayed in the Northeast for most of his life and then played in Fresno not too much longer afterwards. That's a bit of a jump. Next pitch called a strike away, and the count 0-2 on Dashbach. Runner at first, 1 away. Bowie down by 3, pitch home. That one got him on the hand. Dashbach, are they saying it was a foul? No, the home plate umpire gives him the base. That was a delayed call on whether or not it was a foul, but it's Dashbach's hand specifically, and it looks like he's a little shaken up by it. Athletic trainer Lindsey Birchfield is out to look at it, give him the grip test, as fundamentals coach Tim DeJohn looks on from the first base coaching box. And now Hartford manager Chris DeNorfia is talking with the catcher along with Hartford's athletic trainer. I'm confused as to what's happening here. Did McIver get hit by the pitch too somewhere? I didn't catch that. Everything seems to be on the up and up. Zach Watson will dig in. First and second, one away. Bowie down by 3 here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Watson a 1-for-2 day. First pitch. Check swing. Slider misses down and away, and the count starts out at 1-0. Watson had his first home run of the season on Sunday. Game 1 of the doubleheader with Reading. He hit it to dead center field. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss. Chases on the slider still, this time away, and the count goes even at a ball and a strike. So right-hander Ryan Conroy moving in the Baysox bullpen if Bowie can tie this game and send it into extras. Here's the 1-1. Watson fouls it off just a piece. Splits the legs of the catcher, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes now. Cody Roberts on deck. The 1-2 pitch is lofted out towards shallow right, falling in quickly and down, foul. Oh, I don't know about that one. Looked to be to the left of the line, but quickly called foul by the first base umpire, and first base coach Tim DeJohn in his face for only a handful of seconds, but now he turns around and he'll have one more word before turning back to the dugout, toward the coach's box, I should say. That's where he normally is. I don't know about that. That looked to be a fair ball from, I will say, my rose-tinted glasses, but it still looked to be a fair ball. I suppose new life, though, for Gavin Hollowell as the plate appearance will continue. A soft base hit like that, especially with Joey Ortiz at first, probably doesn't score him, but would have loaded the bases. Another 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss for strike 3. High fastball, and like I said, new life there for Gavin Hollowell as he records the second out of the inning with his first strikeout. 11 strikeouts on the day for Hartford pitching, and now here's Cody Roberts. 360 average this season with runners in scoring position, including all of his homers, all of his runs driven in, and an even 1,000 OPS. First pitch slider misses wide. Count starts out at 1-0. Roberts a 1-for-3 day, single to right field in the 8th, but was thrown out trying to take second base on the throw as it had gone home to try and get a runner. Here's the 1-0. Roberts takes a half swing, pitch down and away. They say he went. That one was more of his hands getting through the zone than the barrel. But again, that rule is so murky, it's more of a judgment call by the umpires anyway, so I don't really speculate. 1-1 the count, first and second, 2 away in the bottom of the 9th. Hollowell delivers, and it's swung on and missed. Fastball middle. And the Baysox are down to their final strike. Roberts wastes no time getting into the box. It's all 6-7 Hollowell sets at the waist. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Roberts goes down on strikes as the Baysox fall once again, this time by a 6-3 final. Bowie's losing skid, unfortunately, extends to 6 consecutive games, a season's high. We'll recap this one for you when we come back. Baysox postgame is coming up in just a little bit. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
It takes time to get rich, flavorful coffee beans from the lush mountain regions of Colombia and Brazil to Royal Farms. but less than a minute to get yourself a delicious hot cup of the finest and freshest coffee in the world. Because Royal Farms' new Swiss-made coffee machines grind those rich, flavorful coffee beans and brew them one magnificent cup at a time. It's why Royal Farms makes the freshest and best coffee in the world. Real fresh, real fast. Royal Farms.
Fielder's Choice Flex Packs with the Bowie Baysox. The best value to see the best games at Prince George's Stadium. You could save up to 30% on your selected seat from day one and enjoy a number of exclusive member benefits, including flexible exchange options, discounts on suite rentals, special access to the Diamond View restaurant, and a free members collectible at your first home game of the year. Get your pack now by calling 301-464-4865 or heading online to baysox.com. At Luminous Health, we want you to feel your best. This summer, take the time to catch up on your annual health screenings. Visit us at our Anne Arundel Medical Center, Doctors Community Medical Center, or one of our primary care offices in your neighborhood. At Luminous Health, you are the MVP. Learn more at luminoushealth.org.
It's now time for the Bowie Baysox post-game show. Let's head back to the ballpark with Matt Savanas.
Well, another tough one tonight for the Baysox as they see their losing skid extend to 6 consecutive games. Hartford Yard Goats came in, used a couple of early solo home runs, and an excellent pitching performance by Carl Kaufman to keep Bowie away 6-3 the final tonight. As we get rolling with Baysox postgame, let's go ahead and recap this one in depth, get you a couple of highlights from this, as there were a couple of key moments for Bowie, some fun outings, but we will keep it brief and then look around the Eastern League and the Orioles organization as a whole before we close up shop and get you set up for tomorrow's Game 3. So let's go ahead and recap. We go all the way back in time to 6:37 when the first pitch came home from Dean Kramer to Jamison Hanna. Kramer, the first Major League rehab assignment for Bowie this year. He stepped in and looked every bit a major leaguer, picking apart the first 3 batters of the game. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. Dean Kramer starts us out with an immaculate inning at Prince George's Stadium. An astonishing opening to get things rolling. We're on to the bottom of the first. Kramer struck out the first 3 batters on just 9 pitches, an immaculate inning to open his day. In the top of the second, he struck out the first 2, did give up a single, but got a ground out to end it, and that would be the day for Kramer. 2 innings, 1 hit, no runs, 5 strikeouts, no walks allowed. Antonio Velez took over in the 3rd inning for Bowie, and the second batter he faced was the hot-hitting newbie, Jack Blomgren. Just a little bit over a month and a half ago. First pitch to Blomgren, driven high and deep out to left. This one's probably gone. Fontana running back. He leaps, and he can't come down with it. It's a solo home run. That was Blomgren's first Double-A home run, and it continued a torrid stretch. His 3rd hit in just his 2nd game. He would go on to have a 3-for-4 day today. He's 5-for-7 in his young Double-A career. That wouldn't be it, though, for Antonio Velez when it came to the long ball. After he struck out the side in the 4th inning, leadoff batter of the 5th was Aaron Schunk, who brought the power back. Kramer tossed 2 scoreless innings, 5 strikeouts. This next one lifted high and deep out toward right center field. Long run for Watson. He's not going to get there as it exits. Solo home run for Aaron Schunk, his 5th of the season. It doubles up the Hartford lead. It's 2-0. As Velez would allow another run later in the frame after a double from Jack Blomgren, then an RBI double by Ezekiel Tovar. The Baysox throughout all were held scoreless through 6 2/3 innings by Carl Kaufman. Kaufman did not allow a hit until 2 outs in the 5th inning when Zach Watson doubled up the left field line. Whatever the case, Bowie, while they did have their struggles, they were able to make another late push at things. After Zach Watson's double, Kaufman would get 2 outs in the 7th and be replaced by Will Gaddis, who recorded 1 quick out. Following Gaddis in the 8th inning, the Baysox finally got things going again against reliever Riley Pint, who's been pitching a little bit wild since dealing with injuries throughout his career. After 2 leadoff walks, Cody Roberts stepped up and delivered the Baysox second hit of the game. So the Baysox can get this game within striking distance if they get a big hit here, the 0-1. Roberts gets a big hit out toward right center field. This one's toward the gap as Dashbach will round third and score. Watson goes first to third, but the throw gets to Roberts, and he's tagged down going to second. Oh, that's tough. Tried to stretch it into a double, couldn't. But the Baysox were on the board thanks to Roberts' RBI single. It was a bit unfortunate because they could have used him on the base paths for a couple of batters later when Gunnar Henderson stepped up to the plate and did this. Now here's Gunnar Henderson. Bowie could really use a big hit from him here. First pitch. This one driven high and deep to left. Running back Collins. He looks up and it's gone. What did I just say? Gunnar Henderson says goodbye. 3 home runs in 2 games for the shortstop, his 7th of the season, and it's a 2-run game. Bowie trails 5-3, but they're cooking. Unfortunately, that would be all Bowie could cook up. It'd be the last hit for the Baysox. Hudson Haskin would reach on an error afterwards, but he'd be stranded at first. And in the top of the 9th, Hartford would get one of the runs back without the need of a hit. Isaac Collins led off by drawing a walk, advanced to second on a wild pitch, then to third on a sacrifice bunt, and eventually scored on a ground out just in front of home plate by Jack Blomgren. Blomgren was excellent today with his 3-for-4 day. Home run, a double, 2 runs scored, 2 runs driven in. The Baysox had a couple of chances in the bottom of the 9th inning after getting 2 base runners on with only 1 out, but Zach Watson struck out swinging after a pitch called foul when Watson lofted one toward the right side, a questionable call that gave reliever Gavin Hollowell new life in the plate appearance to strike out Watson, and then brought up Cody Roberts as the tying run, but he was down a ball and 2 strikes when this happened. It's all 6-7 Hollowell sets at the waist. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Roberts goes down on strikes as the Baysox fall once again, this time by a 6-3 final. So that's how things wrap up today. Your final box score, Hartford scores 6 runs on 10 hits with 1 error. They left on 4. Baysox score 3 runs on 3 hits with 2 errors. They left on 6. Carl Kaufman is the winning pitcher. He moves to 3-1 on the season. Losing pitcher is Antonio Velez. He falls to 0-4. Gavin Hollowell picks up the save. It's his 3rd. He's a perfect 3-for-3 in saves this year. Game was played in 2 hours and 27 minutes in front of a paid attendance at Prince George's Stadium of 1,012. With the win, Hartford moves to 21-14 on the year, a 3-game winning streak for the Goats. They're now 8-6 on the road. With the loss, the Baysox fall to a season's low 13-20, a 6-game losing streak a season's long. They're only 8-8 when playing in front of the home crowd. 2 sides meet again tomorrow, a 6:35 first pitch. We'll tell you about it and get you a little more information in a little bit. But as we step aside here on Baysox Postgame, when we come back, we'll look around the rest of the Orioles organization and see how some of the other teams have fared. Again, the Baysox fall today 6-3. We're back after this. You're listening to Baysox Postgame.
Everyone deserves a great smile, and Rad Orthodontics is here to help you, Bowie Baysox fans. Rad Orthodontics accepts most insurance, and whether it's braces or Invisalign aligners, anyone can get the smile they've always wanted with our flexible payment options. With 2 of the country's leading orthodontists right here in the D.C. area, we love to see Baysox fans smile with confidence. So get that amazing smile you deserve. Visit radsmile.com today and book your free consult. That's radsmile.com for Rad Orthodontics, official smile provider of the Bowie Baysox.
Well, it may be on Sunday, May 29th, but get ready for the Baysox first Catter Day at Prince George's Stadium. Everyone's heard of Bark in the Park, but now you can bring your kitty out for a relaxing afternoon of ball. And if you get here early enough, you can pick up a free Baysox Catter Day t-shirt, courtesy of the City of Bowie. You can get your tickets now for the first ever Catter Day at 301-464-4865 or at baysox.com.
From sprains to stitches, sore throats to stomach aches, and pulled muscles to poison ivy, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox. Open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
We're back in on Baysox postgame here from Prince George's Stadium as Bowie falls to Hartford 6-3. Not too much that needs to be said about it. We'll just take this opportunity to quickly cruise around the rest of the Eastern League as well as the Orioles organization. Get you one final look at how this game might impact Bowie's in the standings. Fortunately for the Baysox, they won't lose any ground overall. They will lose ground between the team in front of them, but not to first place. As Richmond had fallen already earlier today, it was an 11 o'clock start between Richmond and Altoona. So the Baysox will still be 6 games out of first once the day wraps up. Altoona took down the Squirrels 7-5, but that means now that Bowie, instead of being just 1 game behind 5th place, they're now 2 games out of 5th place. Somerset just got past Reading this afternoon after the Fightins put on 4 runs in the first and had a 5-0 lead at one point. Somerset would score 7 of the last 8 runs in the contest to win 7-6. There's one other game closed as Portland put on a big finish to take down Harrisburg. Let me see if I'm reading this right. Pedro Castellanos for the Sea Dogs. Did he hit a walk-off 3-run home run? Is that right? What a great day for the righty. He is responsible for all 4 Portland runs in a walk-off 4-1 winner. A 2-home-run day for him as Portland downs the Senators 4-1. Harrisburg, after leading for most of April in the Southwest Division, they're now 16-18 on the year. Erie and New Hampshire were postponed. They will make up the game as part of a doubleheader tomorrow. That rain around UPMC Park can be dastardly. And there's one game still in action. It's up at Marabato Stadium in Binghamton as Akron is holding on to a 5-3 lead over the Rumble Ponies. They're in the top of the 8th in that game. Around the Orioles organization, 1 game still in action. Make that 2 games still in action as Norfolk is trying to close out a win over the Charlotte Knights. That's a fun one in International League play. 8-7 the score right now in the bottom of the 9th. Tying run at first base with 1 out as Adley Rutschman picked up another home run today. He's got homers in back-to-back games for the Tides. Rome, that's the Atlanta affiliate down in High A, and Aberdeen are currently knotted in a close one over in Aberdeen. It's 1-1, but the Ironbirds look like they might be able to break through as they've got first and second with 1 away in the bottom of the 8th. And then Delmarva, they're picking up a couple of wins. They took down Fredericksburg earlier today, 5-3, the final over in Delmarva. But again, the score we care about most on this production is that of Bowie's, and unfortunately, it was not a reasonable score. Or reasonable is fair to say, not a friendly score, as the Baysox again fall today to Hartford 6-3. We're back to action tomorrow for Game 3 of this series, a 6:35 first pitch, which means a 6:15 DCA Imaging Systems pregame show. We'll talk to you then if you've got the time to stop on by. If you don't, no worry, but we hope to see you soon. As the Baysox once more fall to Hartford tonight, 6-3. This is Matt Sabata saying thank you for stopping by. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Thanks for listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. We hope you enjoyed today's game and join us next time for another exciting broadcast coming up soon. This has been a presentation of the Bowie Baysox.